Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's roundtable. We got some interesting topics to be talking about with Safemoon, and we're going to be able to get some community questions in as well today. So, welcome everybody to this week's roundtable. This is episode number 10. Can you guys believe that? We have officially hit double digits. So, we have several guests that are going to be popping in here in just a moment. I will be introducing them for you guys, as well as we have a very good chance that you should be seeing potentially another one or two of the regulars making it into the space as well. That will more than likely be a little bit later. So I want to go ahead and welcome to the panel to start with. We have Generation Crypto. Great to see you again. How are you doing today, my good sir?
Good, great. It's great to be here.
Up next, we have Moon Boy. Hello, Moon Boy.
What is up, man? I'm here. I'm alive. I'm excited. Let's go.
And last but definitely not least, the man, the myth. This guy used to be a former pro wrestler, 3-time Emmy-winning, Oscar-nominated, absolute beast.
Robert De Niro.
Adam Bergman. Hello.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Shout out.
All right, welcome everyone to the live stream. So if you want to ask any questions, depending on how many people we kind of get in here, it might be recommended if you guys do send it through Super Chats. It's not necessary, but let's be real. It's going to be a lot easier to be able to track these things. I can go back inside the chat. So you guys are welcome to do that if you'd like. All right, I just sent out a tweet to this live stream. If anyone here uses Twitter or you're watching a live stream, you could help go drop a like or retweet or share the link to the stream. Maybe we can get some more people to come on in here. So let's go ahead and get right on into this. Quick disclaimer, though, I am not a financial advisor. This is not any financial advice from me. This is me just sharing my opinion and my research. I know I can't speak on behalf of the other individuals here, but I'll let them be able to make that remark when they go up to speak as well. So the first topic I want to touch on is going to be Mandala. And with Mandala, they have what was called Safemoon spinoff. And we finally have the revelation of what that is. So I would love for you guys to kind of elaborate based on what you know so far of Safemoon spinoff and what your thoughts are. Let's go ahead and get started with Generation Crypto.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to make the same disclaimer. Obviously, anything that I share on any of my channel or any media that I'm a part of is also not financial advice. It's for entertainment and for educational purposes only. As far as the spinoff goes, when it comes to Mandala, I know we're all excited about Mandala, or rather Safemoon appearing on Mandala. There's been a lot of talk about the spinoff version of that. I'm excited about it moving forward. I don't really have necessarily a lot of speculation to bring to the table on that, but I'm excited to hear what the other guys have to say.
Yeah. Where is the listing? So I think it was announced a little over a week ago, and we're still here. We're still waiting. We're still chilling. I know they're kind of making some posts on Twitter using the Safemoon Army hashtag. I think they have some giveaway going on as well. So, but I figure we will be listed within the days after the announcement, and here we are. We're still not listed. So I think speculative territory, just like Generation, just like Atlas. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't even ride a bike. Don't listen to me. But it looks like they're waiting for something. Why are they delaying the listing? What's going on there? Well, there's this big speculation of Binance. Is it going to be Binance? We're supposed to be doing cartwheels and backflips and drinking wine. When is that moment going to come? Is that going to be something else with Mandala? I don't know. I have no idea. But I think there's something more there. There has to be a reason why we're delaying the listing. It's not for pairing purposes. It's not for anything when it comes to liquidity. I mean, I think that'll be a very easy transition to provide liquidity. It has to be something more, right? So I don't know, but within the next couple of weeks, I feel that listing will come true, and then whatever the additionals are, we're going to find out, and then we should be doing our backflips and cartwheels. So, but nothing additional.
Man, what am I supposed to add to that? Same thing. Like, you would assume that they would have listed us right away. There's a reason why they didn't list us right away. They outright said that we are being listed. We know that they use the same liquidity pool as Binance. I didn't find any difference in tokens. I know Moonboy found 3, which makes it about 1%. So 99% of everything that's listed on Mandala, 99% is also listed on Binance. John keeps saying that we have 2 exchanges. John did say we signed papers with 1 exchange. This was before we got the Mandela listing. We signed with 1 exchange, and we're in talks to get the paperwork done for the 2nd exchange. I hate speculation, but it seems like it definitely could be Binance that we're waiting for. And we not for nothing, we need the Binance listing. Not gonna lie, we need it. We need to move the needle. Move the needle, move the needle, move the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to add one more thing as well about those tokens that weren't listed on Binance. So if you actually dive deep, one of the tokens, which I believe was the BZX protocol, that protocol actually migrated to a different name token. That different name token, I think it's like OZX protocol now. That is on Binance. So that's one token off the list. The other one was Golden Ratio token. Now it looks like they were on Binance, but might have gotten delisted for whatever reason, because you actually go into Binance and use their ticker symbol. You can actually see the token come up and it gives you the buy button, but it takes you to a 404 page. So those are two tokens off the list. The Mandela token is not on Binance, but it's in the
That doesn't count, right?
yeah, like so if you break it down, it would only really be Safemoon that's not listed. The other token as well, I believe, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's traces of it was on Binance previously. I think that might have also gotten delisted. Long story short, all the tokens are on Binance or were on Binance. So looks, I'm not saying no guarantee, but it's some pretty concrete evidence.
So two things I want to just add. Yeah, none of this is financial advice, guys. Do whatever you want. And I watch a really famous YouTuber. For me, he's the number one YouTuber that I follow. His name is Tom Nash. If you listen to him, he's a financial guy and he's very similar to me. Russian background, no BS, straightforward and not correct. Just talks, just straight talks. And he said the same thing. And he's like, "Yo, don't ever listen to anybody in your life, for especially not a YouTuber." So none of this financial advice. You make, congratulations. And if you lose, you lose. Congratulations on that too. With that said, I'm glad that you clarified that, Moonboy, because literally anytime I mention the Binance, I promise you it's the same person. And they have the best intention. They're like, Moonboy found three. And it's the same message all the time, and I'll be like, it's and it drives me nuts. Like I'll make the thing. I swear to God, I'll press list the video, and the first comment is, "Moonboy found three.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like,
I dropped my first video going through literally the entire list. Out of the list, there were three. I dropped another video showing how they either are or were on Binance. So that video's out there as well. So the three that I found have been erased. It's either they've all been there or they were there and they're delisted. So just for the future, if that person is in here, they were all there. So pretty cool facts.
So it looks like it has to be, nobody knows. It's all speculation. It looks like it's Binance. I sure hope it's Binance. And I hope it's Binance. And I know, does Binance do staking? Like, do they give you staking on tokens?
Yeah. So they have locked up periods of staking, like 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So maybe when it comes to reflections on Binance, they're not going to offer reflections where you can stake your Safemoon. We know we have hints in the past about Safemoon being staked somewhere. Could it be being staked on the exchange Binance, which that's how people would essentially get their reflections? Maybe, but you can stake on Binance, so that could be a little interesting tip right there as well.
So if I have Algorand or I have Cardano, they offer you a staking for those as well. Do you know?
Not every single token has a staking pool. So the usual high blue chip tokens, Aave, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano has one, Zilliqa. Those tokens have a staking pool, but they almost rotate their pools. So whenever they get a new listed token, they'll open up a pool to incentivize people to buy and stake. They dropped a token called EasyFi, like a couple weeks ago, and they had like a 40% APY. Lock it up for 90 days. So they usually drop these staking pools for their new tokens. So, but not every single token on there has a staking pool. They rotate those out.
So it's not staking in the normal sense of validation for the blockchain. It's just a staking incentive BNB does to get
for
people,
rewards.
right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe this is the time that Safemoon, and I hate speculation, guys. I hate it. But maybe this is the time Safemoon is going to start to do staking on the DeFi platform. Maybe they'll do the staking in the BNB. Fun fact about the staking, guys. Whenever an exchange offers you staking, they take a percentage of your staking. So, for example, normal staking on Algorand is like 5 point something, and Coinbase will give you 4%. Normal staking on Polkadot is like 12%, but Binance is giving you 7.5%.
So they take a whole
KuCoin.
12% of the profits.
Well, it depends. But they take over 25% Coinbase, and they offer you the staking. So they're literally putting 25% in their pocket. For Polkadot, for Cardano, for example, gives you 5.5 on DeFi, but you're only getting 3.25 on KuCoin. However, speaking about a lot of hacks that's been going around, I'm sorry, Moonboy, to hear what happened. That's why I'm petrified of DeFi. I'll say it. I say it all the time. Like, I'm super nervous about DeFi with everything that's happening. So I rather, personally, that's why I like KuCoin so much. I rather take a smaller staking reward, but know that it's in KuCoin, for example. If that sounds crazy, but the problem with DeFi is it's not that it gets hacked less. It's just nobody talks about it. So there's quantity of the hacks. And that's the problem. That's why I'm nervous. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, can anybody explain to me why Generation Crypto has such good hair? Like, how is that possible, bro?
Yeah,
I'll have
between
to- I'll
the
have
beard
to do
and
a
the hair.
product reveal at some point. Maybe at like a subscriber count. I'll reveal the products I use for my hair.
Bro, you got one of those full beards, right? You don't got no patchy. You got no
I
patches.
mean,
it's just
in
full.
real life, it's a little bit. I mean, I trim it down so it looks good.
Don't
I
ever
can't even grow a beard, man. That's incredible. Like, if I grow my hair, like I do the goatee thing, but the cheeks don't come in. So
I'm the
I don't know what's
same.
going on there. Yeah,
There's ways
like
to cut it and trim it so it looks more full than it really is.
my friend gave me this oil, right? This like macadamia and like almond oil is supposed to grow the facial hair. He's like, try it for a year. So I'm like, shaving, put it on, nothing. It doesn't work. So I'm just doomed. I can't grow it. I wish I could.
I don't know about that stuff for making it grow, but it makes it grow and less itchy. There's a lot of beard oils that you can use because the first like 2 or 3 weeks, it's like miserable because you're like always scratching and it just feels it's just a new sensation. And so oils are really good for keeping the hair moist so it doesn't get all pokey and itchy.
So you are the manliest man on the panel.
Fun.
Far from it.
Yeah, fun fact. My man Invictus, every time he gets a tattoo, his beard grows longer. Fun fact. Shout out to the wolf pack.
That's hilarious.
For the comment in the comments that says you're being afraid of DeFi, you're not making it any better. I don't agree with that. I saw one comment, Felix. Shout out Felix, man, channel member. I believe I see his comments all the time. Says, well, Berg keep talking down on DeFi isn't helping making it better either. So talk positive or don't talk at all. I don't agree with that. Why does it have to be you have to talk positive or don't talk at all? Why don't we have a discussion on what exactly is happening? I mean, if there are hacks happening in DeFi, why can't I openly acknowledge that there's hacks being done on DeFi? Like, that's the problem with it. Like, if we're talking about it, let's talk about it. And that's how you fix a problem. Just ignoring something and, sweeping it under the rug doesn't solve the problem. And eventually, if you want mass adoption of DeFi, there has to be better safety protocols initiated. For example, I love that Safemoon has a 30-second timeout. I love it of all websites. It's great. But now, if people weren't getting hacked on Trust Wallet so much, Safemoon would have never done that, right? Like, logically thinking, if everything was all good. How do people know that there's problems? Well, we talk about it. So I don't agree with you. I respectively don't agree with you. It doesn't have to be all good or don't talk about it. The point of conversation is to make things better. So yeah, cheers.
Do you mind if I chime in on that, Adam, really quick?
Yeah, brother.
So I understand the sentiment, guys, that people don't want others fear-mongering, and that's not what he's doing, right? Like, we're not here saying, get out of DeFi right now. It's the worst thing ever, because we're all fans of DeFi. But what we are saying is that there's good with the bad, and would you rather we hide the bad, or would we rather we openly talk about the entire, aspect of what we're dealing with? Because at the end of the day, people are putting money into this, money they work really hard for, and that they have aspirations to grow. And so if we're not going to talk about the positive with the negative, then we're doing you a disservice by not talking about all aspects or just highlighting one aspect of it, right? Because at the end of the day, there is inherent risk. That's why we talk about cold storage wallets. That's why we talk about making sure you announce your contracts. That's why we talk about make sure that when you get into a project, you understand what that project is and what it does and who's behind it. Because if you just blindly throw money out there, there is a lot of honeypots and scams out there. And obviously we're not going to always know word for word which one's the right one and which one's not. I mean, EarnHub just got hacked. A lot of people thought that was an amazing and a great project. And I'm not here to flood that project. I'm just saying things happen in the space. So they need to be talked about when they do. We don't just pretend like they don't happen. And it's important to do that, even though it hurts and it can cause some fear. We need to talk about those things when they come up because they're important. So people know when they're putting their money in, they know where their money is going and what they're doing. And that's why it's so important. You don't just listen to us on the panel or anyone else for that matter. I don't care if it's someone on Twitter or someone on Facebook or someone on YouTube, or it doesn't matter what platform they're on. I don't care if it's your boss at work. You should pay attention and do your own research beyond the scope of the influence of others that you have through social media or in your personal life. They may be a great position to get you started of, hey, you brought this project to my attention, or, hey, you know what, you made me have a better understanding of a certain aspect. But then it's your responsibility as someone who's putting their money into these projects to go and say, am I doing best safety practices so that I can make sure that I'm not more likely to get my wallet stolen from? Am I investing into projects that are going to be sustainable in the future? Am I investing into things that are going to bring me a good rate of return in the long run? You need to be doing those research and asking those questions for yourself and not just taking it verbatim by anyone else that's speaking about it.
I want to touch on just a little bit before we get into the next topic here about, because I didn't get a chance to give my thoughts on this, with Mandala and the official launching of Safemoon. If it is the Binance element, I think we're kind of missing something that's really in front of our face here. Mandala was saying that they are 37% sure that they're going to get it launched this month. So they said, hey, we don't really want to officially give dates on these things, but at this point in time, we're 99 point something sure it's going to happen before the end of February. So what that means is that all the speculation, and unlike Adam, I love to speculate. I think it's fun, but I also try to make it as transparent and clear as possible. What is actual hard fact, and then what it is that I'm speculating on, right? So I like to speculate. I think it's fun. It's almost like trying to do a puzzle board or something. So what I'm inferring in this from the community is that if Mandala and Binance were to try and list simultaneously, and you're 99 point whatever sure that Mandala is going to get listed before the end of this month, well then guys, that would mean that Binance would be coming this month as well. So that's a huge thing if that actually takes place, right? Is it guaranteed right now? No. Do we have official statements that that's happening? No. I don't know the track record history. Maybe Moonboy or one of these other individuals have took a look into it for what day these crypto projects got listed with Mandala, and then how did that actually correlate? Was it the exact same day every single time with the launch date also over on Binance? Was there a discrepancy? Is there an average? And I have a feeling that it's not a hard set thing. Moonboy, you can always go ahead and interject if you happen to know that answer. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more. But before you do, I want to go ahead and add in Dark Moon Tim. He was able to join in with us. Welcome, man. Oh, and Joe. Wow.
God damn it.
Simultaneously. Okay, then.
Good timing.
We just transferred in. We were teleported in. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah, Moonboy, did you have a chance to look at it? Or Adam, did you have a chance to look at that?
Not about Mandela, but I could actually reference Coinbase Pro and Coinbase. So this happens a lot. So I could talk about when ADA got listed. So ADA got listed on Coinbase Pro first. And within the next 3 days, it was listed on Coinbase. It's not Binance and it's not Mandela. But based off of certain tokens, like for example, when Uniswap was listed on Coinbase Pro, within a couple of days you'll list it on Coinbase. When Aave will list it on Coinbase Pro, like it takes a couple of days if you want to go into the Coinbase ecosystem. Binance and Mandela, I haven't looked at those numbers, but if there's any correlation, which there is, every single token on Mandala is on Binance. That's a direct correlation of they share liquidity, they share tokens. Maybe there's some kind of contract involved to where whatever tokens we have, you list. I don't know what the details are of that, but there could be something there because literally every single token outside of the token for the exchange itself is listed. So I would think within the weeks, if there's any possibility at all. If you want to go with Coinbase's style, it should be within a couple of days, but that is completely just off the top of my head. No facts about that.
Real quick, but Adam, before you step in, those of you that are guests on this week's panel showcase, can you please make sure that you have your mics muted if you're not actually talking, because we are picking up some outside noise, and I know that the audience would be hearing that as well. So just go ahead and mute your mic. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and go and pull up Adam. I know you had a response.
I actually wanted to respond to some about hacking with Ethereum. Do you mind if I bring that up for 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So I noticed somebody said everything gets hacked, and I think Antonio said even Ethereum got hacked, and somebody says Ethereum never got hacked. Fun fact, guys, Ethereum did get hacked. Ethereum, as we know it, is actually a fork of the original Ethereum. The original Ethereum is actually Ethereum Classic. So when people say Ethereum Classic, that's the actual real Ethereum. Ethereum today is the fork of the original Ethereum. They got hacked, and the way to save the Ethereum, they got hacked, I believe, by there was a DAO, I believe, or something. I forgot. It was like venture capitalists or something, and that got hacked, like a third of it. I think like 50 million or something. So Vitalik, in order to fix that, they rehacked the hackers. But in order to do that, they had to fork off. And the Ethereum Classic that you know as, that nobody cares about, is actually the real Ethereum. Ethereum that you know today, the ERC20 Ethereum, is a fork of the original Ethereum. That's all I wanted to add, man.
Thank you very much for that, Adam. Generation, can you do us a favor, please? Can you go ahead and get preparation set up so that you can showcase to people a little bit of a guide on the Discord group that we have, and you can do a screen share for that. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and welcome in Dark Moon Tim and Safemoon Joe. Thank you guys so much for popping in here. How are you both doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Joe? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I running around a little bit today, but pretty good.
Good Joe with a PlayStation shirt, man. I respect it. Look at that. It's a proper gamer.
Best system. Oh, from the OG systems, it's like Nintendo, and everything Nintendo, and then PlayStation, and then all the way to mom's Xbox. I like Xbox, but
I knew you were gonna say that. You're
when people flex on Xbox,
I don't like
yeah,
Xbox.
when people flex on Xbox, I'm like, man, you don't even. Xbox wouldn't be Xbox without PlayStation, and PlayStation would be PlayStation without Nintendo, and Nintendo would be Nintendo, but it is because it's the king.
Yeah.
So as we're bringing awareness to some of these vulnerabilities that's going on in the marketplace here, I know that there was an issue today with EarnHub, correct? And if you could just elaborate very briefly on that, Moonboy, so that we know what took place, what's kind of happening with it and moving forward. And I want to touch on this just briefly because most of the subject matter I want to talk about today is going to be on Safemoon. But by bringing awareness to this is something that we can also keep in mind with Safemoon. And I have something about the security as a topic that we will be going into here in just a minute about Safemoon security.
So yeah, when it comes to EarnHub, I was a big investor. It was at the time, at one point, my biggest holdings. Due to the dip, it turned to my second biggest holding. But that token got hacked due to a vulnerability in their contract. So what EarnHub offered was staking pools. They would have mirrored staking pools for certain tokens, like they had a Safemoon staking pool, an Everrise staking pool, and they had a third staking pool for a different token. So there's 3 available right now. If you do want to go on the platform, and stake, don't do it right now. But people who took the EarnHub tokens and staked it, there was a function they're trying to implement. For example, instead of unstaking from the Safemoon pool and staking in the Everrise, there's going to be a feature where you can actually just hop from the pools. So I could have hopped from Safemoon to Everrise without unstaking. So that function was in the works, but it wasn't out and available for the public to use. The hacker went into the contract, he saw that function, and what he ended up doing was creating an additional staking pool, a mirrored fictitious staking pool, to where he was able to jump the funds from Safemoon and the Everrise staking pool into his fictitious pool, to where he was able to withdraw those tokens and sell it on the open market. He got away with about $300,000, sold it on the open market. The market cap went from 30 million to about 600K in one sale. He took all those tokens, sent over to Tornado Cash. The second it hit Tornado Cash, that's it. Like, funds are gone. You can't track it beyond that. It was sent to dozens and dozens and dozens of different wallets to break up all the transactions. Down there, impossible to trace if you want to spend the next couple of weeks tracing all that. Very impossible at that point. But one vulnerability in contract crashed the whole platform. Everyone lost their money. For me, my value was, in the 6 figures due to the bleed. It was chilling in the 5 figures. Now it's sitting in the 4 figures. Little over, this is like $1,100 right now, $900, $1,100, coming from a peak 6-figure bag size. So it's not a, small thing, right? But, this is why we're talking about DeFi. This is why we're talking about security. That's why you're talking about, these contracts can be, you have to be very cautious. Adam over here, he's cautious for a reason. It's not that he doesn't want to make money. It's not that he's, flooding the DeFi space. There's risk involved. There's risk with everything. But with DeFi specific, all this high yield stuff and staking and these custom contracts and copy and paste contracts, there's security issues. And that essentially what happened at EarnHub today. So, well, it was yesterday actually. So, yeah.
Thank you, Moon Boy. So I'm going to go ahead and give Dark Moon Tim as well as Safe Moon Joe an opportunity to speak. The first subject that we asked earlier, I know you guys weren't in here during the time, but we do have time to be able to talk about it, and I want to give you the floor, is talking about Mandala and this actual listing announcement. We haven't actually received, we don't have Safemoon tradable, I should rather say, on Mandala. So they've talked about this, suggesting it's over 99% that they feel confident that Mandala's listing with Safemoon will happen before the end of the month, and the whole Safemoon spinoff. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Let's go ahead and start with Joe.
Oh, I'll let to take a back seat. Listen, I think that it's inevitable that Mandala's going to be listing Safemoon. They announced it. They don't want to go back in the world and look foolish. Safemoon announced it, same situation. So we have it announced, but we don't have it listed yet. It's going to be in time. These things do take time, as our CEO said as well. But in time, it will get listed. And don't get me wrong, the Mandala thing is really cool, but I'm more focused on more listings. And the reason why is because Safemoon dev team, they already said there's going to be 2 listings coming out soon. So that's the real question. Mandala, to me, is almost a portal, a gateway to more listings. And one of them, obviously, is the big pink elephant in the room is Binance. Being the fact that Mandala has, I believe, 307, someone said before, 307 listings, and Safemoon's 308. It only makes sense that Safemoon's going to be listed with Binance. The only question with all that is when. And the reason why it might be taking too long could be Safemoon not only trying to get in with Mandala, but also trying to get in with Binance. So that could be the reason why the lines are a little bit choked up here. But that's what I think about it. I do think it's going to happen. I don't think Mandala's going to say something and look foolish, or they want to look foolish. Same with Safemoon. Mandala, Joe came in the Discord not long ago talking to everybody. I mean, these are people that have a lot of influence, that have a lot of teams behind them, and nobody wants to look dumb and say, oh, we're not doing that anymore. They just don't want to do that. It's bad for business. And it makes them look bad in front of other exchanges, other cryptos. So I think it's inevitable what's going to happen. The only question is, realistically, at what point do we see not only Mandala, but Binance? Or what point do we see another top listing within Safemoon?
All right. I didn't know I was going to pop up like that. I thought this is like Zoom. So when you talk, you fly up. But when you don't talk, you sit off to the side. So that was like, whoa.
Oh, we got to have it coordinated, man. I got to be working all the engineering stuff on the back end. You got to be ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know you have the control panel back there. So what do I think about the Mandala everything? Well, one thing is a lot of people are like, when is it coming, right? So everyone wants to know when it's coming. Why did they go ahead and tell everyone that it was coming if it isn't here already? Well, the way that I look at it is as like a movie trailer for like a movie. So you know it's coming. You get excited for it. You know it's coming. You just make sure that you get that. Everyone's getting ready. They're downloading the app. They're getting their selves verified on Mandala. So when it finally launches, they'll be able to just go in and buy it. I feel like that's the way they set it up. It's more of like an advertising thing when it comes to like a movie trailer, exactly like a movie trailer. So I was actually talking to a couple of people today about this. They're like, oh, they're never going to list it. I'm like, why would they go and say they were listing? Like, they straight out came and said they're listing. There's no reason why they wouldn't be listing it. They're just getting the hype out there. This is marketing. They're getting people to download the app. They're getting people excited about it. And then they'll drop it. And everyone will already have their accounts set up, and everyone will have their accounts verified, and you'll be able to buy it really quick and really easy. And I think that's why they're doing this situation. I know a lot of people are looking at it a negative thing, but you kind of got to look that they're probably going to be one of the first coins or tokens, or one of the first tokens on there that is actually doing tokenomics, that is actually going to be doing so they say, a universal tokenomics. So everyone will be getting it, from the people to the DEXs to the people on Mandala itself. So I think it's a big thing to have it listed that way, and they're just making sure that it's all worked out when it comes to the taxes and how they get to Safemoon and how Safemoon buys it and distributes to everybody. So I think that may be the reason why they're delaying a little bit. But guys, it's just like a movie trailer. I think it's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it, and I don't know why people are stressing about it. Everyone wants everything yesterday. They don't want to have to wait for it, and I seem like that's just the way the space feels. It's like if we don't have it now, we're pissed. You know, they already want it. They don't want to wait for it, but we know it's coming, guys. It's coming, and it's going to be a good time.
Thank you very much, guys. All right. Well, everyone that is watching the stream, for those of you who have already hit the thumbs up like button, thank you so much for your support. Just so you know, when you take a small action like that, it actually has a big rippling effect. You are more likely to see this video get recommended to other people on YouTube. So that could create an opportunity where people that have been skeptical about making their first investment into Safemoon, or they've been out of the loop on a lot of things, they can find this nice space where we have a series of guest people on. You can ask them direct questions. So if you can, please take a quick second and go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button. Also, shout outs to everyone that is on the panel. If you would like to check out any of their fine channels, I do have a link to each of their channels in the description. So we have been getting a lot of people that have been coming into this group Discord, and this just launched several days ago. I'm going to give Generation Crypto the floor here in just a moment so that he can give you guys a nice little guided tour of what this Discord is, how it works. But first, I got to give him a lot of credit. He was the one that put this together. He is the one that assembled everything, and he worked very hard. He put a lot of hours into it. And if you guys want to join that, there is a link in the description. We've already surpassed 1,000 members, and there's a lot of opportunities in there. But I'm going to let Generation Crypto go ahead and talk about his big baby project that he loves. I love it too.
Thank you for having me have this up. If you could get that pulled up for us. Okay, so for everyone who's wanting to get in, there's quite a few people who are confused or reaching out to me in direct messages on how to get into the actual server. So I just kind of want to walk through the process for everybody of what you need to do to gain full access. So when you first get the invite link, you're going to go ahead and click to accept the invite to the server. And the only thing that you're going to be able to see at that point is going to be this page. This is the only thing you'll be able to have access to. Everything here on the side will be empty. So this is basically our rules. We could expound upon these and make them more complicated down the road, but I just wanted to keep it simple for the most part. So it's everyone needs to be respectful of others. So any form of discrimination, bullying, any of that kind of stuff that's just not positive, we don't want that to be in the Discord. We just want to be this a positive place for people that love DeFi, that love Safemoon, that love cryptocurrency, can come together, have open discussions and conversations around those, help educate each other, make each other aware of what's going on in the space. And so we don't want to have any of that going on. So if people are acting that way, we're going to go ahead and make sure that either one of the admins or the mods get those people removed. So feel free to hop into the space and know that it's going to be a space where you don't have to worry about those people that you might see on other platforms. Another thing as well is obviously like pornography, illicit content, people's heads getting chopped off, that kind of crazy stuff. We do want to keep it mostly family friendly. This doesn't mean you can't, drop a swear words or whatever else that you want to. That's fine. But we're just basically saying we don't want it to get super crazy in here where people feel uncomfortable being in the space. We don't want people fudding on projects. There's a lot of projects that are involved in the server with a lot of development teams that are also involved. And the last thing that we want is for people to FUD the projects that are in there or other projects that are outside of the ones that are participating in the Discord. We want this to be a positive space where we can talk openly and positively around crypto and we can ask the hard questions, but we don't want just blatant FUD when people are asking legitimate questions. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. And then we want to stay on topic. There's a lot of channels in here and they all have specific topics so that we can stay on topic and talk about them. We don't want those flooded with, discussions about other cryptocurrencies on that specific channel. So those are the rules. So in order to get in, when you first get in, you'll get the invite, you'll click accept, and then you'll have to go down here with either your mouse or your finger, and you'll have to physically click that you actually tap here with your finger or click that you accept these rules. Once you do that, you're going to be given access to this verification tab. Now, this verification tab will take you to a CAPTCHA bot, which you'll go ahead and click verify here. So you won't be able to type anything. You'll just have to go ahead and click verify. And that will take you out of the Discord onto a web browser and have you go through a CAPTCHA verification, the pictures with the planes or the motorcycles or whatever, you've got to click on those and then verify an email address, and then it will pull you back in. Once you come back into the Discord server, you'll have access to everything else. So going down the list here, you have the general server. which is going to have just the generic stuff for the entire server, and that's kind of broadly specific to the entire server. So on the announcements here, this is where we announce anything that's major announcements. So we'll announce the roundtables here. Earlier, we kind of announced some changes here addressing kind of who is who in the space, what they do. So that was kind of important for everybody to know there. And any other major announcements. So when EarnHub did get a hack, we went ahead and announced that for everybody so that people could be made aware that that was going on. So if there's any major emergencies or big announcements or things coming up, we like to make those announcements there so you guys can check in and make sure you guys can see those there. The next thing here is going to be the help and requests. So this is going to be for anyone who has any specific requests or need any help with the Discord. So if you have, you don't know how to get into the Discord server, or you're having issues using some sort of aspect of the server, or you would think of an idea that you think could benefit the server in some way, and you want to make that known to the mods and to the admins, you can go ahead and just post that in here. That's kind of the purpose. Next thing up really quickly is the members levels. So by interacting with the space, by sending messages, reacting to messages, and engaging with the community, you can quote unquote earn levels. And it's just a fun way that people can keep track of their levels. You can ask for your rank, see where everyone else is ranked, and kind of see where you rank as far as everybody else in the server. So it's just a fun, friendly way to engage with people that way. The next thing up is the welcome chat. This is to welcome everyone into the server, so you can keep track of who's coming in, who's going out, and they can engage with the new members. The next thing up is just the general chat. This is kind of the Wild West of the server. People can pretty much talk about whatever they want in this channel. So it doesn't even have to be crypto really specific. They can talk about literally anything they want in here. There's kind of no rules as long as it follows the 4 rules of the server there. Next thing up, we have an NFT section. So if you're an NFT fan, you've got art you want to get out to other community members, you want people to be aware of it, you can drop your links to your NFTs here, show pictures of them, shill your NFTs as much as you want in the space, have open conversations about the general space of NFTs. That's kind of the entire purpose of this channel, is to talk about NFTs in the general sense. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to put your links out there and stuff, obviously keeping it NFT friendly. So if it's, you're posting links to something that's unrelated, that they're going to obviously get removed. The next thing up is going to be DAOs. DAOs are becoming wildly popular. And so we have an entire section where you can talk openly about DAOs and anything related to those. After that, you'll have a gaming section. We know that a lot of people in the crypto space are also big into gaming. So this could be a section you could talk about Mooncraft. You could talk about AquaGo just released a video game that's related to cryptocurrency. And you can talk about anything else you want. Like Dark Moon Tim just said in the Discord chat, you can talk about Halo. If you're an Apex fan, if you're a Fortnite fan, whatever your games are, Dota, whatever it is, you can go in here and you can just talk about gaming with other people that are also involved in crypto. Maybe you guys can build teams, get on another Discord server, and you guys can just have a game night. It's kind of fun that way. So that was kind of the intention behind that. We do have a radio that we occasionally will play. We are trying to get to work, so it'll be 24/7, so that you can just pop into the voice chat and listen in on that. But that's still a little bit under works there. We do have a general space chat as well. So if you guys just want to talk to anyone in here, I just popped in here. You can see I can just go ahead and talk to anyone that's in the server right now openly about anything that I want to as far as crypto goes. So that's kind of an awesome option there. Another thing that's cool about that is that we also have sections per cryptocurrency. So this is kind of the drop down here. You can go ahead and drop this menu down to get the rest of the channels. But we have a general chat for Safemoon, and for all the other cryptocurrencies that are involved, you can just talk generally about Safemoon, an announcements channel for anything that's major that comes out. We also have a section here. So if you're not on Twitter and you want to be able to get those tweets without having to wait for a YouTube video or having to hear about it from somebody else, anytime the Fudhound, so which is Ryan and John Caroni, or the official Safemoon channel are going to tweet, it's going to pop up here instantly. So we have a bot set up that's going to automatically pop in exactly what they're saying in their tweets, so you can keep track of those there. We also have a section here for education. So that's the next channel down. If you have any questions about how do I migrate, how does this specific aspect of Safemoon work, you can ask those questions there. And hopefully community members can help you engage with those, or you can ask the content creators directly. There's a speculation chat. This is going to be a place where Atlas and Tim are going to love to be in, and they participated heavily in this space. This is a place you can kind of go off the walls crazy about all your speculations about Safemoon or any other cryptocurrency that has a speculation chat. So you can go ahead and talk about that openly as much as you want to on that chat. And if you want to speculate on price and stuff, all of that is friendly and welcome into that chat there. Of course, you always have to have a meme section. So we do have a meme section for anyone who wants to post memes related to Safemoon. And then we have a little section here for YouTube videos. So anything related to Safemoon, and it doesn't have to be one of our channels. If there's another awesome content creator that you guys like to support, feel free to drop their videos in there. As long as it's productive and it's going to help people learn more about Safemoon, we
One
have a
moment,
section
please.
for it.
Atlas, read your tweets, please, on DMs. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Generation Crypto.
Okay. So we got all that set up for you guys. And then there's a voice chat. So if you guys are fans of Twitter and you're fans of the spaces there and you want to have another place to talk, you can join these voice chats like I just did earlier, and you can just talk with your friends openly about Safemoon. There's no one controlling the space or hosting or bringing people up or down. You can just go right into those voice channels and talk about Safemoon as much as you want. And there's even a little chat section. So if you just want to listen in, you don't want to talk, and you want to kind of ask questions and stuff, this little channel here is specifically for people that are in the voice chat. So that process continues for all the other cryptocurrencies that are involved in the Discord. So we have a specific section for Affinity. The entire Affinity development team is also a part of the server, so you can talk to them, engage with them, and go through all the same channels that I just went over for Safemoon there. Just got to click the drop down, and it will have all the options available for you there, or you can kick it back up so that way you don't have all the channels open. We have the same thing for Enhanced. The Enhanced development team is also a part of this. We have a section for Strong Block, and we're thinking about potentially moving that around to just be any type of node-related cryptocurrencies out there, as a lot of node cryptocurrencies are becoming popular. So we can kind of leave that open to kind of all node spaces there. We've got a section there for Drip. We got a section there for the Animal Farm. We got a section for MetaBUSD and for AquaGo. And all of those are going to have the exact same channels as SafeMoon, but obviously related to their specific cryptocurrencies. And then we have a section for all other DeFi and crypto. So if you want to come in here and just talk about crypto in general, you want to talk about other cryptocurrencies that are not listed in the channel, those conversations are totally fine and open. You can send your memes in there, have voice chat conversations about it, whatever you want. And after that, you got specific channel sections. So for each one of the roundtable members, there's a section for them where they can have a general chat. You can come here and talk to your favorite content creators. You can go ahead and just ask us specific questions. We're going to be able to have conversations with you guys this way. It's a way that we can engage directly with the people who subscribe to our channel and support the work that we do. So you can talk directly to us as if you had our phone number and you were texting us directly. So it's an awesome opportunity for everyone to have open conversations with us and everyone else that's in the community that also supports that content creator. It's also a section here where we can make announcements. So if people have, if we want to go ahead and make an announcement here or on our YouTube or whatever, we can also make announcements here that are specific to our channel. So if you're wondering, hey, why isn't that content creator posted for a few days? Or, you want to know if there's new merch drops or whatever, we can post all that stuff here for you guys to keep up to date with what's going on with us and our content. And then we've got a bot here that's going to actually automatically drop. So let me go to RJ here to kind of show you what I mean by this. But anytime that we post a video, it's automatically going to have a bot post that video in here into the Discord server. So if you kind of have a hard time with, I want to get notifications when RJ or when Atlas or when Generation Crypto posts videos, but for some reason your YouTube's being finicky with it, or it's not sending you notifications like you like to, you can go into here, you can go to the notifications, and you can turn notifications to on. So every time a video is posted, it's going to pop up right here. So you can go ahead and always know when one of the content creators or a specific content creator is posting a new video. So you can be the first to hop into those videos and support them on that. And then there's a voice chat here. You can go ahead and talk to them in voice chat and have open voice chat conversations. Just yesterday, we had about 10 or 15 people that were in my chat, and we were just talking about video games. We were just having conversations that had nothing to do with cryptocurrency, just engaging with the community. So if you guys want to be a part of this Discord server, we're looking to expand it. We're always looking to improve it. So if you guys have suggestions or you would like channels that you want to introduce into the server, you're welcome to go ahead and make those suggestions, like I mentioned before, in the help and request section. And we hope to expand this server to be a large space where people can come together, have open dialogue about cryptocurrency in general, and can have a positive space where you don't feel like you have to be shunned for asking questions, that you don't have to be shunned for liking specific cryptocurrencies or any of that kind of aspect when it comes to crypto. And we hope to make this a place where that can be an open conversation for everybody. And we'll, of course, improve upon it as time goes and make it a better place for everybody. So that's pretty much it. I've talked a lot. So I hope that this is something that you guys can enjoy and be a part of. And if you guys have questions, you can always message me on Discord through my specific channel there, and I can answer those questions for you guys.
Thank you so much, Generation. Yeah, like I was saying, everyone that's watching, he put in a lot of work. He did that himself. And we have a lot of great people that are in there. The intention is to bridge everyone in DeFi together. This is an opportunity where you can go in and be a part of an ecosystem where you have a Safemoon dedicated channel and people that are really trying to show support there or ask questions about it and they're trying to learn more. Or you have an opportunity where you can go into another channel that's conveniently right there learn more about other projects as well. So I got to give a lot of props to Generation Crypto for what he put together. We've been talking privately on some things that we want to go ahead and get added in there for the near future. And that could be some really fun stuff with the community involvement, but we'll have more details on that once we've actually got full confirmation. So you guys do want to keep your ears out or open, whatever the phrase is on that, for more updates on that. We'll be announcing things either in the Discord itself or over on Twitter. And again, everyone's channel links are in the description if you would like to check that out. Okay, I want to go ahead and roll on into the next topic. But first, we do, why does it say this is limited to 6 people? Okay, for some reason, I cannot get RJ up here. I will step out when we have a moment, and then I'll kind of like alternate people in, I guess, and do the best that I can with this. Sorry about that, RJ. So the next topic I want to talk about is going to be on the post that Safemoon did earlier today. Because we were talking about security. I gave Moonboy the opportunity on the floor here to discuss a little bit about what happened with EarnHub. And that was relevant to this subject matter because we're talking on security. Safemoon's official Twitter account said, "We're always evolving our security, our accessibility, and our ease of use at Safemoon. As part of continuing our promise, we are migrating the company wallets to our more secured, insured wallets. Just another way we are protecting the Safemoon army." So I want to give the floor to start with to Dark Moon Tim and see what his thoughts are on this. And I'm going to go ahead and get RJ up. You guys will probably see me move off, and I don't think that's going to mess with the stream, hopefully. Oh, we can't hear you, Tim.
You're muted.
Oh, what was the question? I was in a chat, so I didn't hear the question. What is it in regards to?
The post by Safemoon, so I'll read it one more time, and what your thoughts are on this. We're always evolving our security, our accessibility, and our ease of use at Safemoon. As part of continuing our promise, we are migrating the company wallets to our more secured, insured wallets. Just another way we are protecting the Safemoon army. What are your thoughts on that?
This is probably some of the biggest news I think I've ever heard from them. They're legitimately insuring their LP their pool. Someone's going to take that and put that all over Twitter. They're insuring their LP poo. They are putting insurance on their LP. So now if they get hacked and someone steals all their LP, the insurance will reimburse the LP. This is like revolution. No, I was stuck behind a bird. This is something you've never seen in DeFi before. And not only that, since they have an opened LP, it's not locked. If anyone were to pull the money out, it would be insurance fraud because they are ensuring their LP is not going to be stolen. And by that, it is basically making it an unruggable project. Because if someone comes in and steals it, like what happened with EarnHub, insurance is going to come in and reimburse it. If someone from the company decides they're going to do some bad juju and steal it, they're going to get insurance fraud, or and the insurance is going to reimburse it. So this is one of those cases for the first time that I think I've ever seen in DeFi space that there's actually security on your investment in a token to the point where, no, I'm not wearing a wig. Someone's telling me I'm wearing a wig. I'm going to fix that. Put my hat back on. I just got out of the shower. So if that's what people are asking about. But this is the first time that I've ever seen a project where you legitimately don't have to worry about the dev team running away with the money, and you don't have to worry about someone hacking in and stealing all the money from the LP pool. So I think it's one of the biggest things when it comes to investing in a project now you're going to start to see. It's changing the scope of DeFi. All these tokens now are going to have to follow suit if you want to be considered a more legitimate project. Because if you don't have insurance on your LP, you don't have this kind of backing, then it's not going to be looked at as a legitimate project anymore. Dark wig Tim. Yes. No, it's not a wig. Jeez. I got to stop reading these comments. But anyway, that's my take on it. I think it's a huge thing. I'm super excited by it. And I want to get your guys' opinion on it. What do you think about this project? What do you think about them putting insurance on the LP pool? Do you think it's as big as a deal as I do?
I guess it's my turn to speak. Yeah, as far as that goes, I think this is a big deal. I think that this may become the new standard moving forward for a lot of projects, right? Because there is that fear, especially with all the things that have happened in light of the last 48 hours, that people are always concerned about, is this dev team going to rug us and run away? And so if projects come forward and say, you know what, we're launching our project and we already have, you know, an insured with whatever the company is. And maybe that will become an entirely new industry. Maybe there'll be companies that'll pop up and that's all they'll do is they'll be insuring liquidity pools for cryptocurrencies. That will be their entire business platform. And then that way, when new projects launch, they can insure those cryptocurrency platforms. And then there won't be any issues anymore because their liquidity pools will be taken care of. So if the dev runs off with it, you know, everyone's getting reimbursed because of the insurance. And then instead of that person having issues as far as, you know, credibility and things, they're also going to have to get after them because of insurance fraud, because that's basically what they would be committing at that point if they decided to rug out on the liquidity pool. So I think it's awesome that they're doing this. I think it's a step in the right direction. And I hope that other projects can see that. And who knows, there might be an entirely new industry that develops around this as a new inherent security measure to protect liquidity pools so that moving forward, people don't have these issues of getting rugged all the time. And that might be the new standard. I mean, for a while, the standard was we need to make sure a team is doxxed. And doxing helped to some people's opinion. I mean, everyone has a different opinion on that, but there were still fully doxed teams that went ahead and rugged projects and ran away with them. So I think this could be kind of the new standard for a lot of projects, is to make sure that they're insured so that you don't have to trust that just because someone's docked that they're not going to do things, but you can have faith in the fact that the project is insured. So at the end of the day, if it goes down on its own merits, not because someone decided to hack it or because some, you know, crappy developer decided to go in and take all the funds out of it.
I agree. This is absolutely massive news. I didn't really think about it. I actually just saw the tweet a little bit ago, but I wish they would do two things to make it a step further. One, tell us who the insurance company is so we could audit the insurance company, like to make sure, you know, who they are they legit, are they not legit? And the second thing that I would do is I want to know what part of the LP is insured. Is it the DX sale locked up LP, or is it any LP that's added through tokenomics? But it's a massive, massive step. And as Generation Crypto said, this can be the new standard because, you know, an audit helps, Doc's team definitely helps, but, you know, you could still rug pull. This is going to be an amazing, amazing thing to do, and it might be a completely new industry. I think it's great news. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I hope it becomes the new standard, which would make me a lot more confident. Like, I would talk about a project in DeFi if it had a locked LP or insured LP. I apologize. So I think it's massive.
You know, it's actually kind of crazy that we have these Bitcoin Maxi spaces, which, you know, there's space a little earlier on in the week where Ryan was a part of, and the Bitcoin Maxis, no matter what he said, they talked over him, just calling Safemoon a Ponzi, a rug, a scam, no matter what he did into the conversation. You know, Safemoon wanting to ensure their liquidity, ensure their holders' funds, it is needed. What I believe is going to happen when this happens, that we know that Safemoon is almost being a first mover in certain spaces when they actually develop and bring out certain products. We see a lot of, you know, different cryptocurrencies now wanting to have a cryptonomic exchange, wanting to have their own specific wallet, whereas before that wasn't even on their roadmap. Safemoon dropped it. Now they want to follow. I feel like this will be the standard once Safemoon can execute, and it is needed. You know, if there was, you know, more secure projects that you can actually have your funds backed by insurance, then I would more so invest in just all those projects. You know, why would I ever go into the DeFi space playing these, you know, degen plays, buying these tokens that are completely speculative? Team might be dogs, team might be audited. Like, that doesn't really matter. You know, the purpose of audit is just to audit the functionality of the contract. They can change things if they have the contract, it has been renounced. We've seen so many teams who have been doxxed, still rug pull, still, you know, find some way to keep the majority of the tokens before pre-sale, dump on the market. So insurance is the way to go. Is going to be a necessity when it comes to furthering that confidence, because no matter what Safemoon does, whole team is docs. You know, the core members are docs. You know, they have a great roadmap. They're doing things by the book. They're following compliance with regulation. There's still those people, the majority of crypto space still looks at Safemoon as a complete joke. One, they're either misinformed or they're looking for the extra step when it comes to Safemoon furthering their development ecosystem. I would love to ask a question for Adam. I'll let everyone else go, but Adam,
Yo.
I remember you said that when it comes to Safemoon being a blockchain, they no longer need a LP pool.
Correct.
I don't know how that works, but maybe you can dive into that, because what is the purpose of us ensuring an LP pool if we no longer need it, right? what's going to determine our price, and where is the money going to come from?
So once you become a blockchain, the open market is your liquidity. So you no longer have a liquidity pool as we know it. You have just liquidity. What gives you liquidity is the open market. The more exchanges that you're listed on, including decentralized exchanges, including centralized exchanges, that's what gives you liquidity. The more ability to buy is the way you get liquidity. And I remember talking about it with I was I saw Charles Hoskinson talk about it, the Cardano founder, and when I was doing my research on it. So that's where the liquidity comes from. So the liquidity pool is not going to be needed. The whole point of the liquidity pool is, as a token, you're built on somebody's blockchain. So when somebody says, "Oh, you're a token, you're a renter, you're not a landlord," that's what it means. You're a renter, which means that you're relying on the security of the blockchain. The whole point of the liquidity pool is when somebody initially makes the project, they buy a few BNB or Ethereum or whatever blockchain you're using. You pair that with the initial amount of tokens. That's how you get the value of a token. So when the project launches, let's say Safemoon, when they launched, they were probably valued at, I don't know, $1 million or something. It's always a small number. And then as people are buying it, there's something called an automatic market maker, and that's what establishes the price. So the way the automatic market maker happens is you take the BNB, you take the total tokens of whatever project you have, and you always have to equal to a certain number. Like let's say the number is 100, for example, or 1,000,000. So, and then as people are buying and selling, the automatic market maker is what establishes the price. Now, when you have a blockchain, you no longer need that because you're your own coin. So people would be using Safemoon as the liquidity pair. The only way Safemoon can establish a set price is by being on many decentralized exchanges and as many as possible centralized exchanges. So now the liquidity of Safemoon is people being able to buy the spread. Mandela, Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, Kraken. The more exchanges, the more liquid the project is. So it's not a liquidity pool, it's the liquidity of a project, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to go a step further. What is going to happen once we get our own blockchain? What happens to that liquidity? Because we're going to have a lot of excess funds in that liquidity, which if you want to dig deep on some Atlas and Dark Moon Tim thing, or Dark Wig Tim is your new name. Sorry, buddy, you got it. That's your new name. So
Dark Wig, really? You're doing it to me. Thanks, buddy.
I love you, bro.
It's real hair. I swear to God. I swear to God.
You got that Donald Trump thing going, bro. I love it. So I'm joking. No cyberbullying. No cyberbullying. So what's going to happen to our existing liquidity pool? Safemoon has a very interesting ability to do something here with their existing liquidity pool and kind of eliminate tokenomics or reduce tokenomics, the taxes part, but still give everybody reflections. In pairing when we have the blockchain with the Safemoon exchange, and people are going to get part of the exchange fees, and they can start that funding by giving up the liquidity pool. This now reduces taxes dramatically. Very low taxes you can have. It's not going to be 10% anymore because you don't need it. It will probably be somewhere like 3%, for example, period. Buys, sells, everything. That would increase volume, which is what we need, and we would still get reflections, except the reflections would be in more of a distribution as opposed to reflections, akin to what KuCoin is doing and a lot of other coins, and what BNB used to do, give rewards on the BNB for the exchange. Anyways, I'm digging a little deep, but that can solve our volume so people can day trade us, and we have utility. And amongst the million other things that Safemoon is doing, not going to get into that, but from a pure standpoint of finance and what's already happening in the industry, very unique opportunity. Anyway, sorry for talking so much.
What happened? What was the whole thing about again?
Joe, just go. What do you know? Safemoon Joe. Tell everybody.
There we go. There we go.
They're talking about the LP being insured.
Right. Okay. So everything Safemoon does ultimately becomes a standard. You haven't noticed, like everything they're focusing on becomes a standard within a lot of cryptos within DeFi, and it's going to spread. Ultimately, it's already starting to, but it's going to spread more and more and more. You know, before the cool thing was do when you had a DeFi was to dox your team and say, hey, this is my people. And then every DeFi came out and they did that. And okay, we kept going. Safemoon came up and said, we're doing tokenomics. And it was huge. So every DeFi said, okay, now we're doing tokenomics. Safemoon came out and also said, hey, listen, we're not really locking our contract too much. We're not, we're locking liquidity, but not contract. We're going to go to V2. Those who did lock their contract was like flexing, and ultimately that was found out to be a bad idea. If you lock your contract, if you close the keys to your house and you're outside, guess what? It's gonna rain. You're gonna get rained on. Enjoy sleep on the ground, but everything Safemoon doing is constantly becoming innovation as far as new things, and I think that this whole thing with ensuring your liquidity, it's something that's going to be happening with a lot of cryptos. I would not be surprised. The new crypto flexes, we have a docs team, we do reflections, we secure liquidity, and now we are DeFi. It's just constantly things that Safemoon is doing that other cryptos are doing, which is not bad, by the way. And people are copying you, obviously, and ideally doing something good. And maybe that could be spread for innovation. Maybe a new DeFi come on and do something else that's pretty cool. So I think ultimately what Safemoon, by Safemoon doing this, obviously it adds a lot more insurance and reinsurance to a lot of holders, and something that a lot of new holders obviously want to know about because it's kind of cool. But also, it's something that other cryptos now coming into. Tomorrow, new crypto comes out is now going to go, this is something I got to do now because they're doing it. The big dogs are doing it, and you're not doing it. You're just not catching up. You're not at that level. So it's still really cool overall to see what Safemoon's doing. And I'm always interested in the newer things they're doing because it's always going to be the standard once it's out by Safemoon. Other cryptos definitely have a lot of cool things that they're doing as well, but what Safemoon is doing is more and more becoming the standard every single day.
It's scary, man, when you get put on the front stage like that. All of a sudden you look down, you're monitoring tabs and monitoring chat, and you look down and it's you right in the center.
Filipino Brad Pitt is on stage. The
Oh,
Filipino
yeah.
Brad Pitt.
So,
I heard Brad Pitt was the white RJ.
well, my God. You guys are a bunch of trolls. Bunch of trolls.
That was great.
No, okay. So liquidity. I'm just gonna, obviously I'm at the tail end of this. I'm gonna be echoing a lot of what people say, but absolutely agree. Like everyone said, when you look at a new project, what are the two things that people are looking for right now so that they have confidence in what they're investing in? Whether they're doxed, and now we see other people applying for rug doc certification. So that means they present that their information to a third party, so that if anything happens, they present it to the authorities, right? So there's rug doc certification, and then there's a complete docs. Then the other one was like an audit of your contract, so Paladin or Certic audit, right? Now, imagine if you look at a project that has rug doc certification or their docs, and then they have Paladin or Certic audits, and you see now insured as well. That is an awesome thing to say, because there's a lot of people that that's tough when you're trying to invest in a project that you don't know if it's going to go up or down, but you don't know, hey, I'm willing to throw $100. If I lose it, I lose it. But now it gives you a little bit more confidence when you invest X amount of dollars and you see insured, right? And that's a big thing right now when you invest in equities or fiat, you see FDIC insured and stuff like that. It just gives you some backing. So that's amazing. I did want to touch on a couple of things Adam was talking about, because whether or not they like we just said, right, insured by FDIC. I wonder if they're going to tell us who they are insured with or not, for whatever reason, for safety reasons. So, but it'd be cool to say insured with X, Y, or Z. And I wonder what the premiums would be, you guys, to be insured, to insure liquidity for something like that. That's crazy. And then the open market liquidity, that's awesome. I love when Adam talks about that, because he's so knowledgeable about that. And I had to research and read up on that, on how that works, because it is an amazing thing. When you are on someone else's blockchain, you need to have liquidity,
right? And whether people liked it or not, that's what Swap and Liquify was for, was to address and make sure that we didn't have liquidity issues. A lot of people didn't like it, but it kept us afloat in terms of liquidity. If you look at other networks, if you reverse in other DeFi projects like Phantom Opera Network, amazing network, but they run into liquidity issues all the time. If you try and purchase liquidity, or if you try to purchase FTM, they're out of liquidity. There's no liquidity. So that's what Safemoon is able to address. But once we go into our own blockchain and we start, in the open market, amazing things. This is really exciting for Safemoon.
Thank you for that, RJ. Well, my thoughts on this are that when we look at what Safemoon's evolutionary steps are, security is one that they've been really pushing forward with, right? Accessibility is another one. And they even touched inside of that tweet. They said, as part of continuing our promise, we are migrating the company wallets to our more secured, insured wallets, right? So security is a key takeaway from that part. But right before that, they said, we're always evolving our security, our accessibility, and our ease of use. So what that means to me is if they're saying they're always evolving that, they just talked about security. I think we've got some other things that we could be hearing here in the near future that's going to be tied directly to the accessibility and the ease of use. And I think Safemoon Connect is probably going to be a large one with that. As far as for the security goes, obviously we want to make sure that the company's funding of how they're handling everything, the liquidity pool itself, everything is as secure as possible so that we as the regular investors are also going to be subsequently secured as a byproduct of that. But let's go ahead and take it a step further. The question then lies with them moving their own wallets over towards this insurance backing. What is the possibility that we actually get involved with that insurance-based system? And I think it's very probable. It's very high. If anyone here has ever used the Nexo wallet and you go in, you dive and look into that, it's a decentralized application you can download, and they tell you inside the app that they have insurance backing, and that helps protect their investors. So with the initial tweet that was sent out by Safemoon today, one context is what I look at as a takeaway is that, yes, the company funds are looking like they're going to be much better. And if you happen to see it moves from a different wallet address to a different wallet address, then we're not all going to be freaking out, right? It's not like, oh, what are they getting ready to do? Is it a rug poll or what? Like, they already told us on Twitter of what it is that they're working on. But these other elements that are going to be following up with this, the accessibility, the ease of use, I think that's right around the corner. And all of this, frankly, is really good news. And we have some other key topics that we're going to go ahead and get into here. So next up, I want to talk about with you guys is going to be on Mooncraft. After Mooncraft, we also are going to be talking about the listings that they're now doing with Safemoon Swap. And then I would say after that, we'll probably open up the floor for the community-based questions. And so if anyone is watching, you want to get your question looked at and answered, the easiest thing to do is to send in a super chat. It's not required. Yes, it's nice. It helps out and everything. But there's a lot of comments, questions people have been saying. We prioritize those, and we've already got a list of them as well. So as far as for Mooncraft, what are you guys' first initial thoughts on all of this? Feel free to share it with us. I will be getting Safemoon Joe back in here in just a little bit, but because we can only have 6 people up on the screen at any given point in time for this right now under my account, he just stepped out and he's taking care of some personal things. So we're going to go ahead and let's start with Dark Moon Tim. I'll get you up first, and then everyone that you see that's underneath the duck there, they're the next one on deck. So Dark Moon Tim, what are your thoughts on Mooncraft?
Well, I was actually in Mooncraft yesterday. My daughter's actually a lot better at Minecraft than I am, so I let her take over, and she started trolling the Safemoon army. She would straight up like go to the mining fields and bust out the blocks underneath them and drop people down in the bottom of the pits, and then you've just seen people trying to get out. So I had to launch her from that because she can't be messing with the Safemoon army. I said, you messing with my friends, launching my own daughter from Mooncraft. But yeah, she had a good time exploring all the different worlds because I'm not a big Minecraft player, so I wasn't familiar with the controls. But you need a PC or you need a Mac, and you need to be running the Java version of it. And the worlds are pretty expansive. Like, and then they have all these different puzzles that are going on. They have these different mining fields. They have these different challenges in each world. And it's really well designed. And so even her MacBook Air was having trouble building it. So you would probably work better. It would work a lot better on a stronger PC because they really had a lot of detail in it. And that was one thing that she mentioned to me because to me, it looked impressive. If they built it from scratch, which it appeared they did, it was a lot of people running around in these really detailed worlds. We went into the Azkaban prison. Is that it? Harry Potter, maybe. And that's where we went out into the mining field, and you could just chip and you can collect money that way. So it was a cool process seeing everybody in there. It was obviously with everything Safemoon, when everyone tries jumping in at once, it was a little glitchy. People were getting kicked out of rooms, and it was hard to get in other rooms. She was trying to smash in the rooms, and we couldn't get anywhere. So it was a lot of fun going on there, and I can't wait until they work it all out. I can't wait until it becomes a space where people can go in there and just figure out all these puzzles. I heard that if there's ways that you can collect treasures in there, there's puzzles in there where you can collect Safemoon in there. I heard in the future, if it gets popular enough, they're going to incorporate Safemoon that you can attach your wallet to it, where you'll be able to purchase weapons and armor and things of that nature. So you'll actually be able to use your Safemoon in the game itself for like skins and stuff like that. So that's exciting, and that's if it stays as busy as it is. I haven't checked on it today. I don't know if you guys checked on the amount that people on the server, but it was kind of cool seeing all these people running around in there and exploring everything, and it looked really awesome. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm excited for it. I really hope that it stays as popular as it does, and that it turns into one of the first places where people could buy and buy things with their Safemoon on a metaverse type game.
Yeah, Tim, you just killed any. I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm going to say, and then Tim just spitballs everything. I really have nothing else to add. Right now, I believe it is free to play. So if people are concerned about do you have to pay to play, right now you don't. I don't believe there's a way to earn Safemoon. It's a platform where you can just enjoy. Coming right out of the Safemoon development team. I am not well versed at all when it comes to Minecraft. I watch a couple videos because of PewDiePie. I'm a big fan of PewDiePie, but I've never played it specifically myself. It's a very kind of old school, with the graphics and stuff. So I don't know if I'll dive deep into it. I might do it for a video, just kind of cover it a little bit, and kind of get a little familiar with the functions and features, and if there's any special hidden gems in there that we can discuss on video. They might actually add a couple things in there. For example, maybe the next listing after the one that we have confirmed, they probably could have dropped it in there and say, go hunt for it. I think that would be awesome. Add some cool things instead of doing the Twitter stuff and the Twitter posts, kind of utilize the ecosystems you already built to have people go hunt for stuff, which is going to increase users. What if I'm decided just hunting for a gem, but I actually like the game and now I'm a proper user of the platform? So they can actually add certain things there when it comes to hunting, diving deep, finding hints and clues that's going to correlate to new releases and new products. And for example, if you find something, you get 1,000 Safemoon as a reward. There's so many things you can go into when it comes to what they can do. So this is ground zero when it comes to their gaming platform. Love the idea. I actually saw a couple of your photos that you dropped on Twitter. Tim, a couple of the, I guess that was a homepage where you just, enter in and everyone's in a lobby section. It's really cool right there. So, but I haven't entered myself to really have any opinion beyond that, but it's really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, both of you guys slammed it out of the park, so I feel bad for whoever has to go last on this one. But yeah, I think that Mooncraft is an awesome opportunity for Safemoon to kind of get their footing into that realm of the metaverse, right? So this is going to be probably where their first implementations of the metaverse are going to begin. So as things kind of play out right now, it's just a fun kind of server where it's Safemoon kind of themed in Minecraft right now, and they've got their own server set up. But I see them down the road implementing just little things here and there down the road that will give them opportunities to incorporate Safemoon into actual purchases in the game, maybe even implementation of NFTs and that kind of a thing that way. So we know that they have the Naughty Knots coming up. For all we know, the Naughty Knots will be incorporated somehow into the game with some sort of theme. So maybe you'll get the NFT and that will unlock you basically a skin in Minecraft, and they'll eventually down the road be able to get those connected and kind of get that slowly introduced into their own metaverse. So I think Mooncraft is an awesome opportunity for them to get ready for future implementations into the metaverse. Right now it's going to be simple. It's going to be basic, but I feel like down the road, especially over the years, it's going to become more complex, and the involvement that they're going to be able to introduce through Mooncraft and eventually into other platforms will become expansive. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, I can't contribute too much on this other than the fact that I think it's really cool that they are getting their footing in there. I've seen a couple of different metaverse implementations and play to earn implementations as well. And we all know that Safemoon is doing NFT implementation. So it'd be cool if, we don't know what's happening, right? Unless someone know something I don't, that Safemoon plans to implement something in the NFT that would correlate in the real world. So imagine if we can purchase our windmill NFT, but it's inside of Mooncraft and we have to protect the windmill in there. And as it continues to turn and burn in the real world, it's producing stuff inside the game. I mean, the possibilities are just endless, and it's cool to think about. I haven't personally dived into some of these play to earn, but I've seen a couple content creators make like 30, 40, 60 bucks a day farming different things from an NFT that they had purchased. So really, real cool stuff coming up ahead. Not sure what's going to happen, but I'm a gamer at heart. I've always been a gamer at heart. And I did log into the Mooncraft server once, but I didn't get a chance to really dive in too deep. I went in there and there was like 3 pillars. One was like, I don't know, there was like 3 different areas, and I could have interacted with someone. I was like, this is too much. I don't know what I'm doing. So I logged out. But yeah, that's it.
I don't play any games. I don't know anything about games. Never did.
Yeah, it's
But
too cool for us.
no, I'm not cool at all. I don't know anything about games, bro. Like I actually 2 people reached out to me, 2 sponsors. One that I am gonna do a video on, one that I'm talking to, and they both have these play to earn, and I have to research what. I mean, I know the general ideas of it, but looking at it from a business standpoint, and I don't care how the game plays. I have metaverse stocks and things, so I understand the theory behind it. I just don't get into games. So it's another way to do utility. It's a way to introduce earning, and I'm sure they're gonna like. I'm 99.9% sure that they're gonna introduce NFTs that's gonna link up to these games. The NFTs are gonna have something to do with the naughty knots, whatever they're calling it. This is the new I don't want to say fad, the new thing that people are doing, and it's great. That's very, very good that Safemoon is getting into it. When Safemoon is going to have staking, there's going to be an ability to stake the NFTs. I mean, I can't say this for sure, but in theory, they're going to do it because that's the way you do these play to earn. So it's just more way to earn, and I think they might be able to do everything on Safemoon Swap, for example, can be associated with the tokens that you can get from this earn to play. And that's kind of how they're doing the Safemoon Swap with Safemoon Connect, so on and so forth. So it's just another introduction for the ecosystem. I think they're going to be doing that. I mean, it would make sense to me that whatever they introduce for Safemoon, they will now introduce for their strategic partners through the Safemoon Connect. So I think it's strictly from business standpoint, an amazing thing. As far as games, I never understood pixelated boxes that are walking, but that's just me.
Yeah, my kids are insane about Minecraft, Roblox, all that stuff. So by proxy, I'm in there with them because whenever they get involved in something, I'll do it with them because I don't want them to feel left alone. So I'll be like, oh, I'll do it with you, and I'll try it out, and we'll play together. And Minecraft, to me, this is the only way I understand it, is Legos are the new generation. When I was younger, it was all about Legos. And you could do a lot of cool stuff with Legos, like amazing things with Legos. But now, like, you give kids Legos, are like, why? I just play Minecraft. It's the same exact thing, except I can make new Legos out of nowhere and, build all this cool stuff. So I think it's more like a, like I said, it's Legos for the newer generation. As far as like with Safemoon, the implementation within like games like Minecraft, they put a ton of hours, a ton of research into Minecraft. Now, I'm not the biggest Minecraft fan. I'm gonna be the first to say it, but I think it would be definitely luring for a lot of people if there was something in Minecraft. You create something like Minecraft, the average Safemoon holder is gonna go, cool, well, okay. But if you say, hey, listen, you can make NFTs, we could bring that in. And this is all could be a start, by the way. I mean, obviously, Safemoon could do more with other games. Other cryptos are doing more with mobile games. So to do it in Minecraft and make it their own server, it's a pretty big deal compared to like a phone game. So I do think this is definitely a step in the right direction. I think, implementation of NFTs is a good idea as well. And I think this is Safemoon's way of saying to the community, hey, listen, we're trying to spread out as many places as possible. Once again, our CEO said before, if there's a use case, I'm going to try to use it. If I can find a use case, it's there. I'm going to use it. So I do think NFTs definitely have a place within Minecraft. I do think there could be more than just that. In the back end that we're not being told right now. They're just trying out and seeing if there's enough interest in Minecraft. I would love to see more things, though. I would love to see not only just implementation within Minecraft, but with other major known games. And I said this a long time ago, but listen, whether people like or don't like Fortnite, it doesn't really matter. They have a huge base. And if Safemoon was to get on there and work some kind of NFT, it's a big deal. I mean, we just found out not long ago, if you get a ticket for the Batman that's coming out, I think in March, you get a ticket before February 14th, you get an NFT. Like, we're not the only ones thinking about this, but we should definitely be the first ones to do it within gaming. And it'd be cool to see in Minecraft, and it'd be great to see in other games. Call of Duty Warzone is another excellent example. If we could find a way to attach ourselves to this, find a way to make it not only you going in Warzone, but you get an NFT by maybe buying the new season or the new expansion. Or with Fortnite, hey, listen, a party season pass, you get an NFT just by buying the season pass, and we can work a deal out with Epic Games. I mean, this is massive and definitely gets us on a lot of new eyes. Obviously, the biggest issue would be, well, we don't want to put it to the point where it's for younger kids, because investing, ideally, you want it to be for older and mature people. But it's definitely getting people's feet wet, and if they can find a way to figure out, hey, listen, this account, this is a parent's account. Let's go give them an NFT. Let's get them. Cool. Something for kids. That's where you get kind of wishy-washy. But if you can even give a kid an NFT, I see no harm in that, because the kid's not really going to care. It'll be something extra he'll have to do, something he'll have to learn, which, once again, people will learn when it comes to video games. My kids come from school. They run the iPad, run the computer. Homework? Nah, I don't know. That's a lot harder. That's insane. But the iPad computer, we know how to work that perfectly. That works perfectly. And I think by doing this, it's the same kind of mentality. It's kids go home, or adults actually go home. Anyone goes after work, after school, they go on that computer, and what they're going to do is they're going to want to play games because it's easier, it's fun, it's a mental relaxation from their everyday norms. And in there, if we can bring ourselves to them via NFTs or via even Safemoon, a way to buy Safemoon, by them creating a crypto wallet, Safemoon wallet, boom, attach them together, I do think it has a lot of potential. It's something that I think Safemoon is testing with, and I do think in time it's going to be more of a big deal, more pronounced.
You guys got a lot of great points. So here's a fun little side fact for you guys. Minecraft came out on November 18th, 2011. It's been 11 years almost. So think about that. People that were 7 or 8 years old at the time, 8 because we haven't hit November quite yet, they are now adults. That's the reality of the situation with all this, right? These are people that grew up in their childhood and they played certain games, but now they're actually adults. And I'm using that as the baseline zone. So the reality is that we as adults will have nostalgia about certain things, TV shows, movies, certain sports, because we have a connection directly tied in with that. And a lot of this stuff has memories. And so you'll have adults that were in there at the very beginning, early days with Minecraft, and they'll still play. You have other people that never picked it up, but they like the kind of casual elements to it. So it's not just totally a kid's game. Is it more appealing to kids? For sure. Does that mean that only kids play it? No. I used to be a full-time live streamer. I played Minecraft quite often. I did the creative mode, and it was something that took away a lot of the stress for me. And I got to tell you guys, the capabilities of the things that you can build in Minecraft is absolutely incredible. I remember seeing years ago, they found a way with the redstone and with the connecting the command blocks, that kind of a thing. They built a working phone, if I remember correctly, which had a webcam and everything. They were able to use the tools that they had available inside of Minecraft and to build something that advanced. So it's this massive sculpture. You guys can find the video of this out there. So the idea of saying that, hey, we want things to interact with inside of the game with blockchain technology and all that, why couldn't it happen? If you could pull off doing something like that with Minecraft, why couldn't you have things that are tied in with the NFT space and with blockchain technology? So also remember the metaverse. This is the metaverse. This is one game that happens to be in the metaverse. And we know that they're working on wind turbines. We also have been hinted at that in the future, they're looking at doing other things like, for example, solar panels and having this ecosystem that exists inside of the metaverse. So I don't know if their intentions are that they will be making another kind of game, or if they're going to just have everything be centralized inside of Minecraft. But these wind turbines that turn and burn inside the metaverse, they very well could be operating within Minecraft in the near future. And as somebody that has done the creative builds, we talked earlier, you guys mentioned this, the voxel, the blocks, right? What is it that we know of that has a configuration in blockchain technology visually that is designed with blocks? QR codes, right? So there's an opportunity that's here, especially if it's something with an Easter egg hunt, or it's to download the Safemoon wallet, or something like that. You very well could have them go in as the developers and find a spot and create this big QR code where people that go into the space can then be able to scan it in the real world. So you're already creating an interactive experience through that. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but let's be real. If this thing grows enough, there's enough community involvement in there, they're looking to do little teasers, stuff like that. It would be something very reasonable to where you can be able to just scan it and you got access to a rewards wallet or something like that. So I think Mooncraft, going in the lobby, I did a little bit of a tour, walking around everything. It looks incredible, just the lobby zone alone. And it's really up to the community now at this point for you guys to go and check it out, play around with it, explore a little bit more on your own. I mentioned in my video, I already found a couple kind of like Easter egg stuff that they've put in there. And one of them I didn't look up further details on, but I find it very interesting. So me personally, I think Minecraft is a great starting point. Ideally, I would like to see them make another game that has more refined graphics, that's definitely more geared towards an adult-based audience. But I think what they're doing with Minecraft is absolutely incredible. So we're going to roll into the next topic here. This is the last topic, and then I want to have time for community questions. So if you guys in the panel can please do a favor, try to keep it down to about a minute to 2 minutes. Let's go a minute to 2 minutes on what it is that you explain on this so that we can be able to allocate time appropriately for everyone in the community that's been asking these questions. So the last topic that I want to talk about is with Safemoon Swap. So we've been seeing lots of these different cryptocurrency-based projects that are now getting listed over on Safemoon Swap. And I would like to know what your thoughts are, whether it be you like something specific about one of those cryptos or just the idea in general. So we're going to go ahead and start with Adam. I'm going to move myself down. Moonboy is still on standby. I'll be getting him up here as well. And then when we go to take community questions, I'll be doing the best that I can since we're limited to only 6 people.
So the question is about Safemoon Swap, correct?
Yes, correct. And the new listings that have been going on.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. All right, so I think it's amazing on several different levels. First of all, it's amazing that, and it comes at the right time of unified DeFi. So I think in that term, it's great. We need it as a community of DeFi, first of all. Second of all, Safemoon does a vetting process. I spoke to several of the partners, I think like 3 or 4 projects, and everybody has like a different type of vetting process. So Safemoon does do some vetting. So it's nice that you feel comfortable buying into a project that's looked over more. But I honestly think this is a much bigger play. And when people say strategic partner, that's what it is. Safemoon gets to leverage their name, and they get more power by having, and that's not I don't mean a bad thing, leverage, by having more people behind them. These smaller projects would never get into the same doors as Safemoon can, and together they're stronger, and it helps everybody. And I think it's going to lead to the centralized exchange. So I think it's great.
Hey,
Hot rip.
Do a fat rip.
Do it, Joe. Let's go.
that was so fast. I blinked and so with Safemoon Swap, I think it's great, and Adam makes a great point. It comes at a time with unified crypto, a way to get everybody together. What I like about it more as well is not just what we know, but what we don't know. The other cryptos that are applying. I said in my video, the big flex now for cryptos is saying, hey, we applied for Safemoon. That's the new big flex. And as time goes on, more cryptos are going to try to get involved, because if you get involved in Safemoon Swap, there's a good chance, if not a guaranteed chance, at the moment we don't know 100%, but we do know some of these are going to be getting involved with the Safemoon exchange, which is a big deal for a lot of these cryptos. These cryptos getting listed on the exchange is massive. And to see, hey, listen, today we're with the swap, we're looking forward to getting on the exchange, is a big leap. It's a big partnership between Safemoon and a lot of these cryptos. And I like it. I think it's excellent. I would love to see more cryptos get on. I would love to see more people and more communities that we don't even talk with now get involved. And that's excellent. I think Safemoon, by doing this, is doing a huge service for the DeFi community overall, and just crypto community as a whole as well. It's a massive deal, and I think a lot of people are going to, in time, whether they don't like Safemoon today, don't like Safemoon tomorrow, are going to be really, really put off when they wake up and say, "Wait a minute, who are we partnered with again? Safemoon? We didn't like those guys, were a scam." And yet at the same time, now we're partners. So I think it kind of kills some of the animosity that's always lingering behind some of the people within the communities. And I think it gives a better vision for a lot of those that are in crypto and they haven't in their community going, "Man, I wish we could have more people here. We have a good amount, but I mean, we're not trending on Twitter. We're not all over the place being talked about." And then they get involved with Safemoon Swap, and then boom, guess what? Now they're part of us and we're part of them, and we grew that much more. So I would love to see that. I think that'd be excellent.
Yeah, the Safemoon Swap is going to be really, really fire to see and watch it grow 100%. Because what ends up happening is, if you look at the top dexes right now, we got like Pancake Swap, of course, right? We also have Joe Swap on the Avalanche network. And once SafeMoon continues to build that ecosystem and have more partners in the swap, and we watch our ring get bigger and bigger and bigger, it's gonna be a matter of time till we see Safemoon Swap as one of the top dexes out there. And who knows, we might be gunning for number one. But the proof that Safemoon Swap is partnering, strategically partnering with all these other cryptos, is amazing to see, because as you can tell, it builds a lot of confidence and it builds a lot of hype when Safemoon says, "Ooh, we now have affinity, we now have X, we now have Y in the Safemoon Swap," and all of a sudden everyone gets excited. And so as that ecosystem continues to grow, I think the more powerful Safemoon Swap and that DEX is going to become.
One thing I would want to touch on, because I think everyone's kind of really covered the fact that, you know, it's going to bring a lot of lucrative opportunities for these projects, but also for their holders to be listed on the swap. One thing that John has mentioned a couple of times is the cross compatibility that he wants to bring between the Binance Smart Chain. I know Tim's mad because he's wanted to talk about that, but the Binance Smart Chain and the Ethereum chain. So imagine being able to not have to figure out, okay, I want to use Uniswap, or I need to use Pancake Swap, or I need to use this swap. But imagine Safemoon Swap being the go-to for every blockchain, any major blockchain that is anyways. Right now it's Ethereum and it's the Binance Smart Chain. So imagine you being able to go in and be like, oh, I want to, you know, I really am a big fan of this project over here that's on the Ethereum network, but I've got this token over here in the Binance Smart Chain and I want to be able to swap them. Imagine being able to do that just right there in one swap, swapping from one to the other, even on different blockchains. Now, we have those partnerships for the Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, but imagine doing that with the Avalanche blockchain. Imagine doing that with these other blockchains where you could go to one swap for all these major blockchains, including the Safemoon blockchain, and being able to just move all over the place with all the different blockchains in one decentralized location on one decentralized exchange, where that could all happen in one place with one swap. So you don't have to worry about, oh, how many, you know, which swap I have to go to here or there, and being able to have this kind of ecosystem all built into one place. So I think that's an aspect I think is going to be really interesting. I think I'm really excited for that to grow. And I think that's going to be a utility that people, even outside the Safemoon ecosystem, would love to be able to use. So I think that it's going to be something that's going to really help the project in the future.
Yeah, just something in chat. Scott Paul does have the best week. So, Tim, you do have competition. I feel you need to up the week game, my boy. You're just saying. Scott's right behind you, so you got to figure that out. But when it comes to the Safemoon Swap, there's a bit of strategy that's going on in Reddit. Don't do this, by the way. You know, losing money here. Don't do this. But people are aping into these Safemoon Swap tokens because they tend to have a bit of a pump because of the hype, the Safemoon community hopping on board with all these tokens because of the trust of Safemoon being associated. We saw when it comes to Affinity, just news alone pumped that token to over 200% in about 4 days. We saw Enhance as well. News alone, then this thing went from what, 2 million market cap to 60 million. I'm not saying that you should do that, but you know, I see a lot of degens on the Reddit hunting for the next Safemoon Swap token. You know, what can we buy? So it's not something you should do. You know, don't just try to ride pumps and try to sell green candles. That's how you get wrecked. But you know, it at the very least is confidence. You know, we're just talking about rug pulls. We're talking about scams. We're talking about you know, things when it comes to DeFi projects getting hacked. Safemoon vetting these tokens first. And I believe they're the first swap to do so. Pancake Swap, you list whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. No documentation, no KYC. You list whatever you want. Safemoon, 4 criteria. The team needs to see you either in person or I guess, via Zoom or video call. You need to be interviewed. Actually don't know the other ones off the top of my head, but it's not just, some kind of, random thing where, myself or any member of the panel can just drop a token on there. So I like the fact that, they do have a procedure involved. And whatever happens with the project in the future, at the very least, that the confidence was there, that the team is solid. I do like that they're actually, once again, Safemoon once again is the first movers of innovation in the crypto space. I don't care what anyone wants to say about Safemoon. I don't care if you think it's a scam or whatever. More time for me to buy because it's going to be lower because you're not in yet. Not saying you should get in, by the way. But look at what Safemoon's doing. Look at how they're moving. Why are we delayed in all these things? Because they're working on the foundation first. Security first, compliance first, regulatory body working with them, the lawyers first. I love how they're going with the Safemoon swap and the ideas of it for the future. Competing with Pancakes, I think is very possible, but Pancake Swap has so many users. It has the confidence of people. We know Safemoon by security purposes are better. It's a better swap to use. I feel like it's going to take us some time to actually get over those hurdles, as the majority of crypto space still looks at Safemoon as a meme. I believe if you go on Core Market Cap, it's still listed in the meme coin section, which is completely disrespectful. That needs to be changed and fixed. If any Core Market Cap representative is watching the stream, figure that out, please. But it's so cool to be involved in a token and initially buying, not knowing what's going to happen, and see how things continue to progress. They're progressing in a way that furthers all of our confidence with our investment. In fact, it makes me forever want to buy more. Everyone knows my Safemoon goal, which I'm probably never going to hit, was 100 million tokens. Not going to happen, but I will forever try to get there because I'm such a massive believer in everything they're doing, and they have yet to break my confidence when it comes to how they're moving. So yeah.
Okay, let's see what's left here. The exchange. All right, let's go with the fees. All right, I'm excited about the fees on the exchange. The 0.25% fees. What the hell is my cat freaking out for? The 0.17% goes into the LP pool, which I heard is linked behind the actual token itself. And so one of the interesting things about this, if we reach a massive volume like PancakeSwap or Uniswap, we'll be putting massive amount of money into the LP every single day, further building up the percentage of the LP that we have. Now, this is a big deal because the LP makes the coin more stable. It's like the financial backing of the coin. Now, I know that's not exactly what it is for sure. There's a lot. It helps with the automatic money making. It helps with arbitrage and stuff like that. But it does give you a good financial backing to the token itself. So if you have a really strong LP and you have big sales, the price will less likely go down like faster. So if you have a more stable LP, you won't have those jittery charts that we've all been seeing lately. So one of the things that I really like about the swap feature is they have that 0.25%, and that gets added on every single transaction. We're not talking about just for Safemoon, we're talking about everything, whether it's Affinity, whether it's Enhance, whether it's DX sale, whatever you are trading, whatever you're swapping on there, it's all being added to the LP pool behind Safemoon's token, which is bonkers. That's a pretty good way of being able to get rid of swap and liquefy, and it's also, once we start racking up more and more volume every day on that exchange as we add more projects, it's going to get bigger and bigger, the LP. And then one of the things that John came out with, he said they just had to add one feature to the exchange to basically change it to the SEX that they have that's coming out, the centralized exchange. Obviously, that would be the on and off ramping of fiat. So to get this, once they get all these projects listed on the DEX system that they have, changing it over to the centralized exchange is going to be nothing for them as long as they add that feature to on-ing and off-ramping the fiat. So I think it's super exciting. You see all these new projects coming on. It's a more legit way of having a token listed on there because they're vetting all these projects, so it makes things look more legitimate. And because of that, people are going to find out about this, and PancakeSwap's volume is going to start going down because people are going to realize that the 17,000 projects that are currently on PancakeSwap, there's a large majority of them that are just going to be rug pulls. You know, you have all these crazy coins when you look on there. They're mimicking everybody. No one could think of their own ideas anymore. I mean, there are some companies, but Safemoon is finding them and they are putting them on their DEX system. So you're going to have a more legitimate company when you're buying through their DEX. I love that. I love the fees. I love that soon it will be the centralized exchange. And I love the crossing of the chains too. I didn't want to bring that up because Generation brought it up. But I mean, let's be serious. How great is that? You could take Ethereum and swap it for a Binance token. What? That's like freaking bonkers. So that is such a good thing to have on the DEX system. So once they launch that feature as well, I just think it's going to be the only place that people are going to want to do their trading. So that's my opinion on it, but I'm really excited by it. I think it's going to just change the space again, just like the insurance changed the space when they insured the LP. They keep coming out with so many innovative ways and so many small details that are so smart that a lot of people overlook. But then when you turn around, you look at it, you're like, wait, what? What did they just do? And you realize what they just did and how it's going to impact you in the future. You're just like, man, these guys have really thought about the finer details and everything that they are putting in all these things that they're launching. And I think that's why when people are like, why is it taking so long? And you see this little 0.25% and all these breakdowns and you see all these, they're doing it for a reason. And the reason is all these awesome things that are going to happen because of it. So just get excited, stay excited. It's going to be a really awesome time in the future. And I'm like Moonboy. I wish I could hit 100 million. I wish I could hit 10. I wish that'd be awesome. But, finances are tight. But, someday maybe I won't need to get that high because the reflections will keep coming in from all this volume and things will be awesome.
So I want to go ahead and touch on that keyword there, which is volume. Technically, I want to touch on two things. With everything that's getting listed over on Safemoon Swap, we have exposure is number one and volume, right? Those are the two key things that I'm looking at that are the most beneficial of what this really brings to the table, ironically to the round table, right? So let's go ahead and talk about exposure. When we look at crypto, how many thousands of cryptocurrency projects are out there? There's a lot, right? And you'll have people that are maxis that are going to be dedicated to exclusive coins. I think it's a bit pretentious of us to say that, hey, with as big as the Safemoon community is, any project that gets mentioned, even in the same sentence as Safemoon, is just trying to ride the clout of Safemoon. Because let's be real here. The last many months, we've been on a downtrend position, and it's just now that we're really starting to get in the groove and be able to see some of the momentum and the payoff of the stuff we've been waiting on, right? So as it is, you go and look at Google Trends. I've talked about this before. We're at a low point, but you only go so low until things start to pick up. So things are looking like they're going to get really exciting. But when you have projects where you have people that are showing support for those cryptos, they maybe don't know about Safemoon yet. They don't know how it works, or they just briefly heard about it and they haven't made a commitment because they had their own opinion on things, right? So I think that it's important to remember that these projects have well-established communities already, and they're on varying sizes. And many of those people may not own any other crypto besides just that asset. So the exposure element that can help with the Safemoon community in growing is by being able to do these sorts of partnerships. And so the other thing to take away from this too is that people that are so hard set on just Safemoon, it also works on the reverse side. People that see projects getting listed over on Safemoon Swap, all of a sudden, wow, they've got a lot more credibility. Why? Because so many people are so vested into the credibility of the team that works at Safemoon that all of a sudden, anything that's by association, okay, now I'll go ahead and consider looking at and seeing what they're about too, because it's part of that inner circle, right? So when you look at these projects and you start to learn about them more, you're learning more about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology as a whole anyways. You become more open-minded and you realize that money is used in many different ways. And I've talked about this numerous times, but just think about it. You have Roth IRAs, 401ks, CDs, annuity funds. You've got interest-based systems, DeFi lending. You got tokenomics. You have ROI, passive income type things. I mean, it's continuously evolving, right? And so you got to think, what industry space is this company trying to target? How do they reveal what they've got going on with their project as far as the coding goes and its interaction with the system? And then how does it all paint this larger picture? So having that exposure is great, not only for those projects that are trying to get listed onto Safemoon, but it's great for Safemoon because those community members are now also looking more into what Safemoon is, right? So that's one key thing. The other element here, which I'm going to be talking about, is the volume. So when you look at Shiba Swap has been performing about $14 million of daily volume. We've only been seeing with Safemoon's side between 1 and 3 million, so roughly an average about $2 million. So you're talking about like a 6 times increase or so, right? 6 to 7 times increase. Think about where we are with the price. If volume kicks up, you're going to see more activity, and there's a higher probability that you'll see price action also go up. Think about where we were at last year. When we had the highest volume, it wasn't when it was at the very bottom for the price. It was near the top. A lot of people like to buy the top. There's FOMO, fear of missing out, right? So if volume starts to kick up, what do you think is going to happen to the price? It's supply and demand. Everything comes back to fundamentals. We can look at everything underneath the sun and speculate on things, but at the end of the day, it all ties back to supply and demand. The more use cases that you have, guess what? That's going to affect the demand, because this is a hyper deflationary based asset that also is going to affect the supply. So listing all these new cryptos, every single time there's a trade, even if it doesn't directly involve Safemoon, because it exists and it's being traded through Safemoon Swap, it technically does involve Safemoon. Because like PancakeSwap, there's a 0.25% transaction fee, and that goes in towards their ecosystem with what's called Cake. So with Safemoon and Safemoon Swap, you could trade Evergrow for Affinity, Affinity for Dogecoin. When that gets, everything's all figured out with that, right? You could have all that take place, but there's a 0.25% transaction fee, and that goes into the Safemoon ecosystem. So volume here, getting partners listed on things that have credibility, it's going to help education. It's going to help many different things. And that alone will help start to bring more of the DeFi space together. And it allows us to see potential other plays. Because do you guys really think, or anyone here on the panel, anyone that's watching the stream, anyone that's watching the replay here, that we've hit the peak of how many crypto projects are going to be listed on Safemoon Swap? This is it? Do you really think that? Especially if you look at the last week. We've been getting a new announcement what feels like almost every day. And there's ones that are teasing, there's ones that are applying. And guess what? FOMO is kind of a two-way street. You're going to have developers on projects that are looking over and saying, wow, Safemoon Swap is getting a lot of these new people, a lot of these new crypto projects listed over there. And we're seeing these price spikes with them as well. Our community members are now coming to us and saying, hey, it's working for them. They're getting more engagement. They're getting more exposure. Why don't we try and go and do that too? Whereas before, they might not have been asking that question. So it steamrolls. You see, the wheels are starting to turn, I think, for some of the people that are watching the stream here. This is exciting. It's really exciting. So let's go ahead and get into community questions now. And we're going to go ahead and change the display here so that we have everyone on screen. And again, because we can only have 6 people up, I will get Generation Crypto alternated in here and we'll figure something out. So let's go ahead and start with the first super chat donation. If anyone is watching, you have a question or a comment you'd like to send in, we have a series already lined up. So I'll be going through these. That's a little bit easier for us, obviously. So you don't have to donate with these things if you don't want to, but I do need to go through everyone that's already done it, and we have quite a few. So first up is from Miguel Rivera. Miguel says, DeFi scares me too. This is back when Adam was talking about that in the beginning of the stream. DeFi scares me too. That's why it's hard to find a token that has my full confidence like Safemoon, and am skeptical of new tokens like Drip or EarnHub, etc. Next up we have is a donation from DJ. DJ says, what are your thoughts on John as a CEO saying if you invest on a project, just assume you have already lost that money? Good or bad as a CEO?
I think it's good. I think it's smart telling people how DeFi really is. I mean, I don't know if he was necessarily talking about his own project, but I mean, there are so many projects out there, and he's just telling people not to get involved in something. And I think it's smart, because I say that to my friends all the time. I say, if you're investing in something, just know that if you invest in it, you could lose it all. Because this is still a very wild, wild west type of atmosphere in DeFi. So it's kind of needs to be said. Unless you have a project that starts insuring its LP, unless you have people that have like outstanding backgrounds, which you're not going to find on too many different projects, you're probably going to buy into some projects hoping that they do a 10x or 100x so you can make some major money on them. But those really legit projects are going to be hard to find, and there's not going to be a lot of them on there. So yeah, invest wisely, invest what you can lose, and don't sell your house or take a mortgage out on your house, a second mortgage, just to invest in a project because you think that it's going to be the next Bitcoin.
Yeah, what's the golden rule of investing, guys? Never invest more than you're willing to lose. The way that John said it is just slightly different. Go ahead, Adam.
Guys, if you ever listen to my videos, I say this all the time. When I invest in a project, I already lost that money. I say this about multiple projects. When I said drip, I said it. I also said that about Safemoon if you listen to my videos, though. I say it about everything. That's how I invest. I already lost my money. That's how I see everything. So just remember that, guys. If you invest, your money is gone. And if you make money, that's fantastic. But your money is gone. That, of course, John got that for me, and I'll take credit from it, but it's okay. Just joking, guys. Just joking. Don't cancel me.
Do you guys mind if I hop in on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing as a CEO to say that, because there's a fine line in crypto between gambling and investing for a lot of people, right? There's a lot of people who don't do any research. They're literally just, this token's early, whatever. I'm just dumping money into it and I'm praying for the moon. And that's no different than getting a lottery ticket and praying for that, right? So there's that fine line there that a lot of people start to cross because they're gambling essentially on something potentially mooning without doing proper research, understanding proper risk, and putting an appropriate amount of funds into that. So I think these kind of comments can kind of shake people out of that and make them realize, guys, if you put the money in it, expect that it's never coming back, right? But that's gone. So if for you that's devastating, then you probably shouldn't be putting that amount of money in there to begin with, right? Again, like we mentioned early, this isn't financial advice, but I think this is kind of the mindset, and I'm not speaking for John, but that we need to kind of adopt is this idea of that money's gone. So if there is a rug pull, if there is something that happens, it sucks, and we all understand that, and we can sympathize with that, because I think everyone on this panel has probably experienced that to some degree at one point. But at least you're not going to lose your house over it, right? You're not going to have to go without eating because you decided to gamble instead of decided to invest. So I just say, watch that fine line. Make sure that when you're looking at this, that you take a step back from your emotions and go, am I gambling, or am I investing into a product that I properly researched, that I know that, there's an inherent risk involved with what I'm investing in? That's all I have to say on that.
Next up, we have a donation straight from Adam himself, which says, Generation got a Manny beard. Invictus beard?
Go to the next one. I redid it.
You redid it?
Yes.
Another donation. Generation got a manly beard.
There it is.
Better than Invictus's beard.
Oh, greater than.
Invictus, you have a great beard, buddy.
I actually want Tim to add into this, bro. How do you keep your beard? Like, we were talking earlier before you jumped in about getting the cheeks in. Me and Crypto Atlas can't do the cheeks. Like, how do you get the cheeks to grow in? Like, what's going on with that?
My cheeks, how do you get them to grow in?
Yeah, how do you do that? We can't do it. We just do the goatee thing.
You just don't shave. It's just
it doesn't happen.
Hair pops out, bro. It's when you go through puberty, when your boys drop. So your boys will drop, the hair will start to come out. You know what I'm talking about? Those guys, if they get hit, they hurt.
Yeah, I think I'm still waiting on that, so that's the issue.
Tim, you just associated those two things as part of your logical reasoning. Does that mean that yours are hanging extremely low because your hair is just growing so much further out of your face?
Oh yeah, man. I step on those boys sometimes.
Oh my god!
What? I gotta roll them up.
Bro, that's why I wear long socks.
He tucks them in.
Roll up
He tucks them in.
Next donation's from Bear Claw USA. It says, just a little something to say thank you. We appreciate all that you guys do to educate us. The content creators are who should get credit for making us aware of the great crypto out there. Cheers. I got a cup near me, so cheers. Thank you very much for that, Bear Claw. I
want to give you apple juice, Adam, and I just wanted to say, awoo. My peoples know what that is.
Next, we've got Invictus himself, beard off. Invictus versus Generation Crypto. His hairline already won, though. No hair contest.
Invictus, you have a great beard, man. There's no contest.
All right,
Invictus
I'm scrolling
gets
on
beards
through.
and tattoos at the same time.
Literally at the same time. There's two people working. Bearclaw USA says, best thing we did this month was build the DeFi community Discord. Much props to Generation Crypto. Well done, my friend. Well done.
Absolutely.
Diamond fist to that one.
I'm gonna diamond fist you.
Diamond
brother.
fist that.
And then up next, we've got a just straight donation, no message here. This is from Chris. Chris, I always forget how to say this. Chris Gin? I've asked him this
Jin.
before. Jin? Sorry. Thank you very much for that, Chris. I do appreciate it. Donation from Leng Yang says, appreciate all the work and updates you guys do. Love the new Discord and support. Appreciate y'all. I know that there are people listening in right now who may not understand what we're talking about. We did touch on this earlier in the stream. We actually have a Discord that was assembled by Generation Crypto, which is why that donation message had that. And full credit to him. He put in all the work on this himself. We have some great moderators that are showing support now that it's been built out. There's over 1,000 members who have already joined into this Discord. So if you are a supporter of Safemoon or you're a supporter of several other notable cryptocurrencies we've talked about on our channels respectively, they have large community followings as well. Or if you just want to talk about random cryptos in general, we even have a channel dedicated to that. You can go back, watch the replay on this stream. Generation did a nice little tutorial walkthrough. Many of us have also done tutorial guides and coverage on that Discord itself. But there's a link in the description. You're all welcome to hop on in as long as you leave the toxicity at the door. Don't bring that in there with you, right? We got a nice little clean floor here, and we don't want that. So you guys are welcome to come in. There is a link in the description for that. Up next, we have a donation from R.I. Joker RJ. It says, keeping it short, trying to get on a plane to the USA, keep the vibes going and be an awesome team, Diamond Fist. And absolutely massive $50 donation. Thank you so much. It really means a lot.
That's a double diamond fist.
We need to change it to diamond balls because of Tim's dropping the ball comment. Start trending them.
All right.
I called them my boys, not my balls.
Oh, okay.
They're not too round anymore.
Oh, gee.
They've been stepped
They
on too
started
many
off
times.
as round. I mean, never mind.
Mine's
Bear
like
Claw
this
says, I'm waiting for questions. I'm like, RJ is sitting over here on standby, and I want to get him in. Bearclaw USA says, much props to our boy, Safemoon Joe. He keeps things solid, no matter what sludge is thrown his way. You're a true trooper, my friend. Keep it positive.
Diamond
Yeah,
boys.
thank you. I
for
appreciate you.
For the boys.
Diamond fist you, Joe.
Get in.
Thank you. Going to mine drop low too, buddy. They're about the knee level.
That's what happens when you have kids, man. They pull on.
Every single time they go down like a couple of inches. Every single time.
Gotta tuck them.
Gonna have a huge history of nutsack tucking.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm still scrolling through.
Fonzie, hook that up, man. Hook that up. I know you like memes.
Next one, a 50. That's pound, correct?
Yeah, that's like $947 American.
That's like 64.
It's like 9,000, buddy.
Minimal.
That's like 2,416,318.16987000001 Safemoon.
The
Erdl.
L means a lot more money than $50. Minimal.
That's how much the LP's insured for, that amount right there.
Yeah, it's liquidity. Great roundtable again, guys. Thanks to you all for the education, for educating us about everything. Any good news about Bitmart buyback? What's your thoughts on Safemoon price will be by the end of this year? Good to be here. We love you all. Guys, please hit that like.
Price prediction $1.
Ooh. I think it's going to be 10
That's
cents, 10 times your bag, which
Okay.
is actually $1 too, but just a smaller amount of overall cash. But your bag will grow substantially due to the volume that we'll be getting. So I think that's what it is. And as for the Bitmark buyback, if everyone came collectively together and decided they all wanted to just unload their tokens, transfer them into the Safemoon wallet, there you go. You got the Bitmark buyback because they would have to go to the exchange and buy back all the tokens. So that's the only way that you would be able to get them to buy back that hot wallet.
I was just joking about the dollar, more so maybe about 10 cents as well, just like Tim. So just want to clarify, it's a joke, relax, don't sue me. 10 cents. So.
RJ over here vanished. I brought him up. Okay, next question from Eric says, is Safemoon competing with Ethereum, Cardano, Algorand, etc., or are we creating a league of our own in use cases?
Adam likes all those guys. I know he likes Algorand. I think he has an Algorand tattoo, doesn't he?
Bro, I like Algorand.
I know you
is-
do.
Yeah,
Is
he just dropped the
Safemoon?
video on Algorand, right?
Yeah, I like all these projects that I think are gonna overtake Ethereum. But of course I'm biased. But yeah, it's a good video, guys, and I'll be making more of those type of videos. Is Safemoon competing with Ethereum, ADA, Algorand, or are we creating a league of our own? In use cases, do you guys really want me to answer this or no? Can I be honest? My
Be
opinion.
honest. Yeah,
Yeah, be
let's
honest,
do an
man.
Adam opinion. Hold on, Adam opinion coming.
So no, Safemoon is not in the same league as Algorand or Cardano, but they're doing something completely different. You got to understand that a token will not be in the same league as an OG coin. An OG coin has a blockchain. A token does not. A token is limited with what they can do. However, and I don't want to speak too much, I do have an amazing use case for the Safemoon blockchain when it comes out. But I'm not going to mention it here because people take my clips and use it for a video. So I have a whole video. So no, until Safemoon does not have its own blockchain, it's not in the same game. So if you guys watch real football, so we're not in the Premier League. We're in like Division 2 right now. So we need a blockchain to be in the Premier League, guys. That's my opinion.
Hold on, Adam. So in the environment, we do have a blockchain. We are our own coin. Does SafeMoon compete at that point?
Yes, Safemoon is in the same league, which means they're playing in the same atmosphere. Now, if they're number 1 or 20th team, that I can't tell you. However, until they get their own blockchain, and depending on what blockchain they get, they're not in that. You see, I mentioned that Safemoon is now Division 2. They're not even Division 1, which is right before Premier League. So if they get a dope blockchain that can compete, then yeah, they're Premier League, and now we can actually start the game, which is what I was talking about with Katz a while ago when he said V2 puts us in the game. No, that doesn't. So if we get a dope blockchain, then we're in the same league, and now we can start. Until then, we are not in the same league. No token is. That's a fact. I mean, you can't argue with me because we don't have a blockchain. You can't do much as a token. You could only be limited. That's my opinion, and yeah, that's it.
Question for the panel. We hit the 2-hour mark, but we still have some more super chats. Do you guys have time to be able to stick around and us address these last few?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good.
let's go through them.
Okay.
Do it.
Feel free to hop out if you don't have the time. You can just let everyone know that you have to leave. So next super chat we have is from B Rocket 80. Just want to say much respect to all you guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that, B Rocket.
Thanks, Rocket.
Show more moves with a $5 donation. Just says diamond balls. That
Diamond
sounds
balls.
very painful.
Tim, you gotta make a shirt.
May I say something, Atlas? So me and Jeff and a bunch of the other New Yorkers are gonna be in Times Square. I'm sorry for taking away, but we're gonna be in Times Square. I'm gonna be filming everything 12 to 3 on Saturday. It's gonna be a really good time. Hopefully we have sweater weather. And last time we had like maybe a dozen heads. I think this time we're gonna have 2-3 dozen people because they know that we're actually coming out. Definitely show us your support, guys. Stack 'em.
All right. Well, that was interesting. So we are done with the super chats. I'm going to go ahead and give everyone an opportunity to say their final thoughts before we sign off for today. I want to thank everyone who has tuned in. Once again, there's a link in the Discord if you'd like to come and join that. We would love to see you over there. Each one of us on the panel has our own designated channels as well, so you can interact with other members of the community there or with us directly. And then there's also the projects, crypto projects, that have developers in our Discord, so you have opportunities to ask them questions as well. So let's go ahead and start with Dark Moon Tim. Any last final thoughts? And Safemoon Joe, I will be getting you up here as well.
There's a lot to be excited about in the crypto space. There's a lot to be excited about with Safemoon. More and more stuff is just going to get bonkers as the days pass. We're only like a month and a half into the year, and they've already put out so much stuff already. Guys, I think more stuff, crazy stuff is coming soon. I'm getting more and more wigs, so you guys could check out my beautiful hair in the upcoming future. And I want to thank all these guys for having me on the show. I love these guys. They're my brothers. They're the one that set me up with my original wig. So if it wasn't for them, I'd be a bald person. So thanks, guys, for having me on the show. It's been great. Seriously, to the moon, guys, and we all gonna make it.
Get some next. Yeah, I just want to give RJ the stage. Everyone on the panel that has a beard has talked about how they got their beard. Is your turn. What did you do to get that? Like, how did you do the cheeks? What's going on there? You're the last one.
Brett, come on now. Don't troll. We've been doing really, really good, man. Go ahead and close it out. Close it out.
We have Generation. We have Tim. You're the last one. We don't have beards. We do the goatee thing, though. What do you do with the cheeks? Is it oil? Is it cream?
No. I don't put anything in there, man. Honestly.
Jeez, you guys, your testosterone, man. I need to work on that. I need to figure that out.
Soul glow.
Guys,
Like
the
Tim
fact
said, you gotta.
I understand. I know why. I know why RJ gets such a dope beard. Guys,
Go ahead,
at the age of 13, RJ had more wisdom than we have today. He's just a phenomenon. Like I was watching the Eternals on Disney. I honestly think RJ is a living, breathing Eternal, bro. Like this guy at 13.
So you're telling me I'll never get a beard? I can't be an internal. It doesn't work for me. So
Water it, man. Just water it.
yeah.
So not to get too crazy, we gotta close it down, man. You're saying you can't grow anything at all.
No. I like I said, the mustache and the bottom
Okay.
stuff, and it connects,
Okay.
but it's just the cheeks, bro.
The, the cheeks don't fill.
Yeah. Nothing comes. Not even like a little twig. Nothing. Zero.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Not even
that's
a
the
twig.
worst, man. That's the
It
worst. 'cause
doesn't
everything
happen.
gets spotty.
It'd be one thing if I had like a little string here, not a string. It doesn't work. So I don't know, man. Anyway, so close it
Try
off.
shaving it. Seriously, try shaving it.
Hey, Moon Boy, I got.
Try shaving it, and then it might grow back thicker.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? That usually helps.
Try plugging it in. You need to give it.
Try
Oh, my
plugging
goodness.
what in.
Bro,
It doesn't matter.
The reason why you have no the reason why you're so clean shaven,
Because you don't pay
I'll tell you
taxes.
that you fuck you, Generation. You killed me just now. I had a whole
Every single one of these hairs is a tax.
I had a whole dialogue. Yes, because you don't pay taxes.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, there's someone in the chat saying that's a trade-off. If you want to live tax-free, you don't have a beard. You can't have both. So I guess the benefit of where I live, whatever. So I'll take it. I'll figure it out. Like I have a couple more years to, hopefully my 30s, 35 or whatever. But
The second I go to visit you, my beard's gonna fall out.
yeah, maybe the weather. It's so hot here, it just falls out, right? So that could be the case. But it's always a good time. I love these guys. We talk every day. We're good friends. This isn't just a crypto thing. This is an actual friendship. We have great relationships together. We're essentially a brotherhood here. A lot of great conversations outside of crypto happens offline. So I have a good time with these guys whenever we hop on board and chop it out, do whatever we want, talk about stuff. Man, it's a great time. So thank you for having me, everyone in the chat. Appreciate your time. Always good to have you guys here to watch in and listen. So that's always great. So thank you all, and we will see. Well, I will see you next week, and the rest of the panel will just close it off. So I think Adam's next. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I had a great time. It's fun. It's a lot of laughs, and what can I say? It's just a freaking blast. Thank you so much for everybody that comes out to see us. Thank you for everybody in the panel, and thank you for the absolute amazing mods that we had. I mean, you guys are great. Nothing more that I could say. Moonboy, you have a microscope? What's going on over there?
Someone's asking me to
popping
show it.
pimples.
Hold on, there's I think there's one, so it doesn't pass.
Make
this
him full
point.
screen.
Moon Boy, you pop your pimples on your own round table, not on mine, man. That's a whole other section of YouTube. Let's not get categorized with that right now.
The trade-off is you live where people go to vacation, so you can't grow facial hair. That's a pretty sweet deal. I would
All right.
totally take that deal.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Joe, what are your final thoughts?
Oh, the Adam, the Adam finishes. You good? Okay. There's a lot of people out there right now who isn't feeling as confident in anything when it comes to DeFi crypto world. We just came out of January, which is a pretty messed up month for crypto. Everything was in the red. Bitcoin was super in the red. And I think a lot of people are skeptical whether crypto is a choice or not. And what people always forget about, we always bring it up, I've always read about it being brought up, was January is always the worst month, and it gets better from there on in. So I feel like those who are worried, those who might have even sold like by now, today, tomorrow, they're selling at the worst time. And then from the rest of the year, we can only get better. Imagine selling right before something just blows up. That lifelong regret, that regret you'll have every single day. Ugh, I don't wish it my worst enemy. What I will say is I think that crypto is going to get better. Safemoon is going to innovate and change. And as time goes on, we're going to be seeing a lot more in the DeFi space. And obviously Safemoon taking the charge, but other cryptos as well coming up and getting involved. And I think that there's so much room for growth for everybody. It's weird to say my crypto is better than that crypto. It's weird to even see a maxi where anyone had the maxi mentality, because it's a mentality that's only going to get you hurt at the end of the day when your crypto wallet only shows 1 in the green when it could have showed 5 in the green. So I just want to say, I think a lot of people in the community just stand strong, hold together. We got to be here for each other as times is down. We're in the red, because we're in the green. We're going to be all over the place. And trust me, everyone's going to want to be with us. Your friends, your family. When people see you with a brand new car, when people see you telling your boss to get out of your face, when people see you doing what you want to do in your life, everyone is going to want to be with you. But right now, only crypto brothers and sisters are here with you. And we are here every single day. We're on the Discord. Definitely check it out. We're on Twitter. We are all over, because we're here for each other when it's in the red. Because in the green, a lot of people are going to be around. Just remember who was in with you for the red. Remember that loyalty. That's it.
I love it. I love it. It's always tough to follow that. Joe's always got insane amounts of energy, and I love it. Yeah, thanks for having me up here, Atlas. This was an awesome show. I'm sorry I came in late, but really, really glad I was able to join. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff going on here. It's only February. Safemoon said they have some big stuff already planned for their 1-year anniversary. So that's going to be really, really exciting for us. This is a freaking chat. Stop it. Stop it. But thank you so much for having me up here. I'm good.
All right, guys. It was a super fun space today. I love being up here with my friends, talking to you guys about cryptocurrency, talking to you guys about Safemoon. Super excited for this Sunday, as I believe we have another Safemoon Sunday. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get together as a group on Sunday and live stream that for you guys. So it could be a lot of fun that way as well. So watch out for that. We're super excited to be here with you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Again, the link to the Discord is in the description. The link to everyone's channels here is also in the description. We do alternate these roundtables from week to week. This week happened to be mine. We'll keep you posted on social media, both in Discord and on Twitter, of who we have confirmed for next week. Obviously, things come up in people's lives, so we'll be discussing that internally. And I want to thank all my friends who also came in as guests on the panel on this week's roundtable on my channel. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. I do talk a lot about Safemoon. I talk about several other cryptocurrencies as well. You guys are all awesome. God bless. Let's look forward to the future for both DeFi and also, of course, we're talking about Safemoon here on this roundtable. So let's see all the awesome news that they're getting ready to drop and what kind of fun topics we'll be able to discuss next week. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful day. Everyone wave goodbye. Wave bye-bye, guys. And then get people kind of waving in. There you go. Bye, guys. God bless.